Okay, we are live today, Monday, the 5th of February, 2018. So far on the panel today, we have Astral from Denmark, Patricia, UK, we've got Lesia from America, we've got FlatEarth Unity from America, we've got Flat Fred from the UK, and we've got Artist from Germany. So hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Today is going to be an open evening. We've got Artists from Germany. Who's got their feet going? I can hear myself. Anyway, we're going to have an open evening, but we've got a new swear word. What is it, guys?
What the flat?
What the flat?
What the flat? Can't hear you, Lesia. Lesia, you're muted now.
We don't swear.
Here I am.
So what's the new swear word?
What the flat?
What the flat?
And that's Astral's word.
Yeah, that's Astral.
Yeah. Unless someone else had it before I did, but I mean, yeah. Let's roll with me, please.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I like it.
Lesia,
I like it a lot.
Yeah, we're swearing but not swearing, which is better, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and you know what? People would say, what did you say? I said, what the flat? And then maybe it's an opportunity to have a flat earth conversation with someone. You never know.
Yeah. Flat Earth Unity was telling us what he likes to do lately, don't you, Flat Earth Unity? Do you want to explain what you like doing nowadays? Where's he gone? Flat Earth Unity, where are you? No, he was there just a moment ago. Where's he gone?
And now I will say again,
Yeah,
what
you're
the
muted,
flat?
The flat.
What the
Flat Earth calling unity. Flat Earth calling unity. Flat Earth calling unity.
Oh, there he is. He's there now. Flat Earth Unity. Josh.
Don't be shy.
Josh, unmute yourself. I was going to ask you to explain what you like doing in supermarkets. No, where's he gone? We were just talking to him just before we came online.
Yeah, maybe he went to the supermarket. Who knows?
Yeah. That's really strange.
Yeah, we'll wait.
He was the last one, I thought, saying words.
Yeah, he'll be there in a moment. So how's everybody on the Monday evening then?
I'm great.
Yeah, I'm keeping it flat.
Pretty good.
That's going to be the joke of the night, isn't it? Flat.
Yeah.
Well, I just got really, really good news yesterday. I already wrote it in the chat, but I just found out yesterday that my daughter is having a boy, which will be my second grandbaby. But in my family of 5 from my mother, okay, my mother who's 95, we have 5 daughters, and I'm the 5th of the daughters. Then I have my daughter, which is she'll be, 3rd generation. And we have not had a boy since I've had my son 25 years ago. So she is giving our family a boy finally after 25 years.
Oh,
and we're happy. I know. That's my great news.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's something nice. That's a nice piece of news.
Yes. Yeah. And my mother was there at the gender reveal. And we got to take a picture with me, my mother, my daughter, my granddaughter, who is 2.5, and then of course the new baby in her belly. So yeah, my mother will be able to see this boy born. So we're happy about that.
Oh, well, that's
I
good.
know.
Lovely.
Yes. Okay, someone else.
I'm just going to talk to Tine here. I don't know where she is. She's supposed to come on the Hangout. So Tine, sent you link. Is Flat Earth Unity there now?
I'm here.
Oh, I was just explaining to start the conversation off that you like, we've lost artist. Oh no, he's there, right. You like going into supermarkets. Tell everybody what you like doing nowadays.
Oh yeah, I'll go into the like Walmart or Ross or whatever, and I'll have an employee show me where the globes are, and then I'll look at the globe, and then I'll look on the bottom, and I'll show the employee. Shockingly, I'll show them that it says that they're not meant for educational purposes, and all globes have the same sticker that say all globes are not meant for educational purposes.
It's crazy. And now you like what did you say you like doing now? You like going in there and taking an employee over to a globe. Oh,
yeah, it's good stuff. It's very small activism, but it's good. Always every employee you show will roll their eyes at you and don't care. They actually will laugh at you for the most part, but it's always good. It's good to anything you can do to open the mind of one person, even if out of 100 you only open the mind of one person, you've done something good.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
It is terrible though, isn't it? If they make a globe that can't use it for educational purposes, then what's the point of having it?
Well, what it also says on the
something.
sticker, it says for decoration purposes. That's what the rest of the sticker tells you. Yeah.
That's about right, isn't it? It is only decoration. It's not real.
Oh my gosh.
They
That
in
actually
every
says
store, it's only sold in the decor aisle. It's only sold on the decor area. Excuse me. There you go. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah, you need not need atlases and educational books. Yeah.
And speaking on atlases, I don't know if y'all have heard, but they've put a ban on all atlases before 1800. I forget what year exactly, and they're calling for everyone to give their atlases up. Yes, sir. Same with old almanacs. Old almanacs before 1900. It's almost impossible to find one of them. You have to have stumbled upon something like that.
Wow.
Doesn't that just say it all? It should be in the educational bit.
Definitely. And Google had countless atlases on Google Books. You could pay a small fee and you could look at that book in high definition, copy the images, whatever you wish, And they no longer have them up. The brother Martin Liedtke, they call him I think he's Flat Earth British or Flat Earth something. He has an I-733 atlas, not 1733. For some reason, all these old atlases, old maps, they don't say the year as 17 whatever. It's an I, a lowercase I, 733. And I don't know what that means, whether, it means anything, but it's definitely something to note. I love to look at old maps and old atlas.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you kind of lost me. I was trying to do two things at once. What were you saying about is 730 what?
The year is I-733 on this atlas that this man has. It should be 1733, but it's written I-733. And I've also seen a map from the 1600s that reads I-636 or 686 or whatever year it happened to be.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Basically,
what do the people do whenever? What is their reaction?
They can't put those years because it's all a lie. It only happened in the 60s. So
that's what I think it boils down to, sister. Exactly what I think. It's historical rewrites, and that's one version of that timeline. I don't think that it works in the way like we think that things work. That's why it doesn't work to carbon date things, which I believe is false anyways, but it doesn't work to date things past a certain time because time doesn't exist like that, I don't believe. It's infinite in a sense, but people have not been doing things like people want us to believe.
No.
True. This is true. Yep. Yep. This is
I
true.
believe they benefit more in us not knowing and being confused and having millions of documents to confuse you than it is to have any truth.
Right. But I'm curious to know, what do the people do, like the employees, when you show them the globe? What is their response? I mean, how do they act or react?
Every once in a while, you'll get one that'll go, "Wow," look shocked back at you. But for the most part, they laugh and say, one guy, he couldn't even read the sticker. I had him read it for himself, and he was like, "What does it say?" And I was like, "It says globes are not meant for educational purposes." And he chuckles and said, "Seems pretty educational to me," and walked away.
Well, obviously,
That's funny.
yeah.
That's
Two
funny.
more brain cells. That guy would have an empty egg carton. Gee.
Tine's
Yeah,
joining us now. Hi, Tine.
I mean, not to be rude, but that's the populace. You know, that's almost everyone around us. And hate to say it, but even our loved ones half the time are like that. You know, it is what it is.
Oh, yes.
No one's looking, are they? That's what that is. No one's even
No one's
bothered
paying
to-
attention.
Well,
No one's paying
because they got
attention.
the-
And not
Twitter.
only are they not paying attention, but they're not really looking at things. They just glance, you know. It's like, you can talk to people nowadays. They're so wrapped up in their own arseholes that they don't even see you. They don't hear you. They got their heads down in their phones or whatever, you know, and they're just, yeah. It's just like just a standard answer. Yeah. You've not heard me.
You could slap them, you could strike them with something of fact, and they will still look at you dumbfounded like, huh? And go back to their phone. I already know. Exactly.
Zombie world. Unfortunately.
Yeah. We just lost Tine. She was there, but she's gone now. Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is. Hey, girl.
She's back.
Yes. Hi, Tine.
Tine.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, my darling. How are you?
I'm fine today. A little late getting here, but all's good.
It's okay, my darling. We've got a new swear word, by the way. It's what the flat.
What the flat? That's good.
And we've just done the bit about, if you heard about Flat Earth Unity's just been going to supermarkets and picking up globes and trying to show people it says only for fun, not educational.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's terrible is there was this YouTuber named Daphne Rimmel. That's where I got this from in the first place. Well, she Googled educational globes, ordered 3 different educational globes, and they also have the same sticker on the bottom of them.
Terrible.
I have a globe, but I think mine says made in China. But mine's a lamp, or it's not mine. It's I think it just says made in China.
At this point, for the most part, the globe is only propaganda.
Yeah.
It's propaganda to have us in a prison. You know, we're on a free-range prison.
Word up.
I do think that it is a bit like a prison.
I don't have a globe.
No,
I agree
ma'am.
with
See, that's the difference. You know, and they will tell you that they'll say, "Oh, it's not a prison or whatever." But think of it like this: a wildlife preserve is so large that when an animal comes to the fence, all it has to do is turn around, and it's even bigger. You know, it doesn't have boundaries really. Like it only appears to have boundaries when it meets the boundary. For the most part in its life, it will never even encounter the boundary. And that goes for us. That's why they give us the ice wall propaganda. That's why all that. I believe it's more apt that we are on an infinite thing with puddles after puddles after puddles. If anything is separating us, I believe only water separates us, though. We don't have things that, and the only reason they can tell you that it's like 24,000 miles or 12,000 miles is so you don't try to build things that can go over these distances to find out what's on these other areas.
It's a bit
Yeah.
strange it happened after Admiral Byrd went out, isn't it? And said it was different. You know, he said that he got to other places, whether he got to another part of Antarctica because it's so big. But it's a bit strange that after he says there's other land, we're turned into a ball.
Yeah, 1958, 59, wasn't it? My thing that got me started on a lot of this was Cook. He sailed, was it Cook or Ross? Cook. He sailed 60,000 miles, 60,000 miles around Antarctica. Well, if you're on the bottom of a globe, it ain't 60,000 miles. We've got 25,000 at the equator. So how the flat did he do? You know?
But we don't know if any of that's the truth anymore, do we? We don't know if any of it is the truth.
I would say that it would be the truth because he was like one of the first explorers, right? And he's put in his journals and stuff. So why would it be a lie that he sailed 60,000 miles around the bottom
I
of
did watch
the...
a video about birds, right? And these birds flew and they put tags on them.
Karen, 1 second. I need to mute myself for about 10 minutes. My daughter needs me to do something really quick, but I'm going to still be here, okay?
Okay, my darling.
Just don't be calling for me. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Lesia. Yeah, these birds were tagged. And in a sense, they could only fly, well, seemingly so far, but these birds flew a lot further, thousands of miles further. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. So
That's
what's all
the
that
nature. That's the glory of nature, though. You know that we will put a boundary on something and say, "Oh, a bird can only go do this, or a bird can only do that." But you tag them and you learn something new about it. That is just amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't fit into what they're telling us, does it?
No, ma'am. It doesn't. And then when you excuse me, and when you question it, anything that goes against their narrative, it automatically makes you a tinfoil hat. You know, you wear a tinfoil hat, you live, you know, out of society, and you're all these bad things that are actually not bad. Like there would be nothing wrong with being outside of society.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't think I've ever conformed anyway. But I sort of live in it. I have to go to work in it. But at home, I don't know. I actually like shutting it out because I live with all these people quite close. And yeah. So in a sense, I don't conform.
That's the one thing I took from my parents being Jehovah's Witnesses is that I learned that society, it coincided with what they believe, that society is bad, that all the things that you see around you that people readily do are pretty much bad. Like that's what I do, that I did grab from what they taught. Everything else I didn't really, you know, love or like. It didn't resonate with me, so I pushed all that garbage away from me. Anything that divides us, I just can't stand for it anymore. It's too far. We've come too far being stepped on. We need to rise up and no longer be divided by anything. We are all brothers and sisters, period.
Oh, big Flat Earth hugs for you. Sorry, Flat Fred, what were you going to say?
We're all brothers and sisters in this realm.
Yeah, we are. And, you know, if only everybody realizes, some people like to say, well, it's them against us and that government. And it is the government and it is the elite. It's not the people. What they've done, they've turned the people against each other. All the people.
That's
all
what I said.
colors, all races.
These slave owners, you know, these slave owners conquered all these lands and they've confused the people to fight for the people who captured them and raped them and pillaged and plundered. They've convinced these people and beat them into submission, all of us. No matter what government you're part of, no matter what you're part of, you have been stolen from where you are. Your family has naturally been displaced and placed somewhere else. That's just how it is.
I think it's, you know, really terrible when you realise that they've turned us all against each other. They've done it as this is a game we're in. We're in some kind of game.
Oh
And,
yeah, they will tell us that they teach us chess while they play checkers. But as I said countless times, they teach us chess while they play Enochian chess. It's got 4 boards on one board, 8 sets of pieces. They control all of them from the center. They know what they're doing.
It's really bad, because it's not just things are by accident or anything like that. It really is everything.
That's one thing that comes from, they will say, and I love it, everything is everything. And that's true.
But everything's a lie. I mean, this is a really complicated game we're in. It is just everything. I'm just, it still shocks me to think it's everything. It's not just a little bit. It's not just by accident. It's not just an error. It is just one dirty, great game. So I suppose our duty is to make sure all the little ones know that, the next ones, the children, all know that it's a lie. Everybody's muted now. Everybody on the panel's muted.
What the flat? I'm not.
Yeah, what the flat?
We were listening to you, Karen.
Oh, well,
we love hearing that southern accent twang.
Yeah.
I don't have an accent.
Especially, I like to hear the southern drawl of Americans. I love that southern accent of Americans. It just sounds so cool, really. So, carry on, Flat Earth. See y'all.
So, how's everybody been doing then? Because we haven't spoken. Tine, what have you been up to? Tine.
What have I been up to?
Yeah, since Ladies' Night.
Oh, just not a lot. I just stay on FlatEarth Live all day, and my husband's been driving around the country, so he hasn't been home, but it's all good. We've had snow, but we only get an inch or so it's not too bad.
Well, it's cold, dreary, grey and damp here in the UK, but slowly the nights are getting lighter. Oh, about 2 minutes.
Where do you work, Karen?
I work privately for people. I'm self-employed.
Where do you work?
Just locally around here, you know, around where I live, within like 5-10 miles of where I live.
You put in 8 hours?
No, well, some days I do, but I work. I have a very glorious job. I clean people's houses.
Okay.
But I've done it sort of like since I've had kids, really. I just didn't realise it was going to be my career. But hey ho, we all need to work, don't we, to pay those bills? Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Lesia's dropped off.
Yeah, I think she's just got to do something. She'll be back in a minute. I think she just wrote something in the back chat.
They're screwing with the bandwidth again.
Yeah, we were all talking before we came on that there just seems to be... Oh, who else has gone then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Lesia's gone.
And Flat Earth. Where's he gone?
Yeah, we've lost Uber. He said he can't join. He can hear us, but he can't join and he can't do out. So, I don't know. Maybe he should rejoin.
Yeah, I'll see if I can add him back this way. On the panel. No, yeah, I can't.
What's true now, the bandwidth starts to change, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can I say something?
Go for it.
Right. As I was telling you guys earlier, I've not told everybody, but I wrote a postcard today. This was just an idea I had. A postcard that's a blank postcard. So I write my own text on it as where there would normally be a picture. And it says, this postcard just flattened the Earth. Flying to Australia upside down. How's that gyroscope doing, Captain? Suez Canal from Mediterranean to the Gulf of Suez. 125 miles of flat, level water. Where's the supposed curvature? Copernicus, Newton, Einstein, the Jesuits, all theory, false teachings. How could Captain Cook circumnavigate Antarctica 60,000 miles without finding an inland passage? Bottom of a globe, ha ha ha, lol. And then, yeah, I've wrote also in with a highlighter, and if you like, you know, angle the piece of paper or this postcard at the correct angle, it says, wake up. And then I've put Admiral Byrd, Cook, Ross, Moon Landings, Walter Russell, Santos Bonacci, the Astral Thief. You know, it's and then I think it would be good, you know, to do something like that, send them out to people, and of course you're going to get the what they call postmen, postwomen reading these, I'm sure, maybe thinking, talking a little bit to people. So it was just an idea.
You can even send them to yourself.
Yeah.
Then it still goes around the mail.
Yeah. Send it around the world.
Yeah,
send
or
it
to
anywhere.
yourself. Or send it
Yeah,
back
send
to
it to
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
I could just go to my post box and post it through the door then, can't I?
Yeah.
I don't need to put it through the post office.
No. I did it once myself, just for fun. I got a card and posted it for myself. And then let's just to check how long it took to get to myself back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
On
fast?
holiday, I always
4
send
days.
myself a
4
postcard.
days. 4 days. Not really fast.
No,
Sorry,
4
go ahead,
days.
Karen.
I always send myself a postcard when I go on holiday, and then it arrives a few days after I get home. Well, up to a week, I suppose. It's always
I don't know
good.
what happened. I came back from my cell phone instead. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Cool deal. I was in the middle. I was going to tell Tine something. I don't know what y'all were talking about something. I'm all behind now.
So, Barry,
Okay.
what were you going to say to Tine?
I don't remember now. Oh, we were talking about, she said that it was very cold there. How long before, I don't even know where you are, but like, when does it start warming up where you're at?
A lot of times
Well-
we'll get warm weather in February. And this is Nebraska. So like I said, we don't get feet of snow. We just get an inch or two when it does snow. So it's not
Okay.
real hard.
I got you. Shoot. Yesterday I wasn't, but people were wearing shorts and sandals yesterday here in Louisiana. Not that it's hot, but it's that humid type of heat. So it gets kind of oppressive, and you just don't want clothes sticking to you, you know? Yeah. So.
Well,
And that's hot all
part
year
of-
round, yeah, because it's miserable here, and it's been miserable for months, and we didn't even get a proper summer last year, did we, artists?
no, not any sun. Hardly for 2 months over here. And we have every day straight on for 2 months, every day rain. Every day, sometimes only 50 minutes, but sometimes the whole day. So the whole ground in this area is soaking wet. If you walk on the grass, actually, if you step on the glass on the sidewalk, actually can see the water coming up. So how soaked everything is with water over here. In the forest, you can hardly walk on those sand beds in the forest. If you walk there, you get to your knees.
Oh my gosh.
Like a swamp over here. Yeah, it rained for 2 months. Every day, at least 50 minutes. But not the most the whole day. For 2 months straight. We only had actually one day that there was almost the whole day of sunshine. And then later in the evening it rained again. So we only had one good day of sunshine. That's it. Yeah. So it's I never seen it like that before. So much rain.
Do y'all have to worry about like I don't know if y'all have a lot, I guess you have a lot of tall trees, but I've never been there, but like if, if it gets windy, do you have to worry about the trees getting toppled over because the ground is so soft?
A lot of trees. When we had a storm, a lot of trees tumbled over here. Yeah. Because
Yeah, also here.
And luckily, we have a lot of pine trees, and they don't tumble over that easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in trees like Flat Fred, is he still here?
He is.
Isn't that his? And that's your thing, isn't it?
Well, it's my thing. I've got a thing about it. Yeah, everything's related to the trees, one way or another.
I mean, can like if there's too much rain, will it damage the trees?
No, I don't think so. I think the trees can suck it up. It's not just we can't see underneath the ground to see the roots.
Right.
That's the thing. We can't see underground to see root systems. Root systems connect. So a dead tree will still drink. It's only dead from above ground.
Your microphone is sorry, Fred. Your microphone is so bad. Can you not put it closer to your mouth or something?
Hang on, I'll turn him up. I've turned him up now. Speak now, Flat Fred.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Whoa, yes.
And much better.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, I think underground the root systems are still alive, connected to other trees. So obviously they resonate together underground. It's just that they need obviously external ground as well, and that's the problem. Everything's chopped down, so it's an unbalance.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, if you have trees planted, that actually helps. That should help then with the sogginess in the yards, because the trees will help absorb some of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
do.
If you have a lot of water in your garden, they say that bamboo is one, birch trees are another. They suck up so much water. If you got a very soggy ground, plant bamboo, plant birch trees, and you'll help that because they drink a lot.
We need more birch trees. Birch trees hit quite bad. They don't live for very long. So that we need plenty more birch trees.
Plus another thing about birch trees, which is kind of cool, if you drill a hole into a birch tree and put a pipe into it, you can get the saft out of it, right? The juice out of it, and you can drink it. It's very tasty. Well, mix it with something, but it's healthy. It's a free saft dripping all the time.
I've never heard of that.
But just put a cork in the end of it so it stays there. And then when you want to drink, take the cork out and fill your glass up with saft, the juice, put the cork back in again. Yeah. Check it out.
I wonder what is it like? Not a sweet taste, obviously, huh? Just
I've never
water?
done it. I've never done it, but I just know about it, And I had so many birch trees in my garden years ago, and I never did it. I was planning on doing it. I just never did it.
Oh, you need to do an experiment now. Go find some.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I love birch. Silver birch.
Yeah. Queen of the forest. That's the birch.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's queen of the forest. She only lives 100 years, and sometimes she can grow quite big, but most of the time she's prevented. So, beautiful birch trees, beautiful trees. Strong connection with birch trees.
My favourite tree is a beech tree. They're just so nice. An oak as well, of course, but beech.
Yeah, they've all got their own resonances, so they've all got different resonance, so different frequencies. So it's all good. When you go to a forest, so much variety.
Well, with pine trees and oak trees and tallow trees, that's what they have a lot around here. All the other kind of trees, like a lot of those, and elms, but you have to plant them.
Yeah. The elm trees, they've been hit. They was hit quite a long time ago for the boat for the boats in the the 1800s. They've got hit
Which ones?
bad. Elm tree
Which ones?
for building.
Oh, elm. Oh,
Elm tree.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they got hit bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say that Matthew's joined us? Hi, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hello, Matthew.
You've got the cold like me, have you? I've got the cold.
I do. I never get sick, which is bugging me because I'm missing a couple days worth of work right now, especially since I literally just started my job, so it's not bueno.
Oh, no. That's not good.
No, I had a full 3 days into my job, and yesterday was supposed to be my first day minus training, and I got sick for the first time in I don't know how long, and I'm sick again today.
Are you in the public? Do you think you got sick because you're back out? I mean, I don't know if you're back out, but like, due to where you're working at? Oh.
No, everybody in my house is sick, and I just, me being who I am, because I never get sick. I mean, I could eat and drink off of sick people and not get sick. So I guess I was full of myself and thought that I was immune or something or whatever. And karma decided to say, no, bro.
Hey, Matthew, garlic, lemon, and honey in a drink.
Yeah, that's actually one of my main things right now. Plus, I made a homeopathic soup. A homeopathic stew with some oils and some stuff in there. And it's actually pretty good, too.
Mm.
Well, how do you like your new job?
I'm working with elderly. I'm serving elderly people at a retirement home, so it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good.
Oh, yeah, the wealth of knowledge walking into those doors, just inside that building alone, is like hundreds and hundreds of years of knowledge. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I love talking to the elderly. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Even if they don't have all their senses about them, they still have a lot, they still know some things,
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd be going to work right now, because, I'm not dying or anything like that. I'm just sneezing and coughing and, got like a lot of pressure. So I would totally be at work right now. It's like not a big deal. It's just the fact that they're old people and they're much more susceptible. Yep. And I don't want to do that. Yep. Plus, I've built a lot of really good relationships with them so far. And if I go in there obviously sick, it's going to piss every last one of them off.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. They always during the height of all the flu and the cold season, you have to protect the very young and the elderly. Yeah.
I've been meaning to come back up and to come in to join you guys. I've been listening to all the Sun and Moon groups. I love it, and I'm glad I was able to join in on this one. I'm gonna mostly listen if I have any randoms here and there, but I'm mostly gonna listen just so I'm not hacking up during everybody's talk.
Don't make me cough. I know how you feel, Matthew. I've had yesterday and the day whenever we had the other hack, I was like muting myself to cough so that everybody doesn't hear me. But yeah, I know exactly how Matthew feels, okay, because I've got it. I didn't give it to him, but I've got it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we're spiritually connected.
Yeah, because we've got the same horrible thing. But then Artist got it. Like, we were talking to a few people, and Artist had a sore throat, tickly throat. And then co-pilot, what's she called? Lady co-pilot.
Marlena?
No, we can't say her name because she's still working for the company. So we have to say Lady co-pilot.
Oh, Lady co-pilot.
She came on a private hangout because she wasn't feeling very well. And she missed ladies' night because she had flu. And then Vinny said that he wasn't feeling very good last week. Then I've got it, and now it's gone to America. And then I thought, can you see how easy it would be to poison us?
Yes.
It'd be so easy for them to kill us all off. It'd be over in a couple of days.
Honestly, I blame myself because I've been so perfectly good on my vegan diet. And there's like little to nothing in my house to eat at all. So I kind of cheated a little bit the other night, a couple days ago, and I had I mixed some cream cheese in with one of my meals just to kind of make it a little more hefty. And not only did it make me feel like absolute hell, but now I feel sick as hell. So yeah, I think my body's fully acclimated to the vegan diet already.
Well, maybe you've detoxed yourself.
Hey, Matthew.
Oh, Flat Fred.
Matthew.
Go for it, Flat Fred.
Hey Matthew, have you done any? Have you seen any of Santos's work regarding cell salts?
What about salt? What?
Cell salts. About cell salts. Santos's work regarding cell salts and the astrological chart regarding each individual's birth date equals that you're missing three cell salts naturally.
Hold on. Are you okay? Are you talking about? Are you speaking about the 12 salts of the elements?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that you guys talked about stuff like that. As far as I knew, that's alchemical hermetic stuff right there. Then that kind of stuff is incredibly hard to get into, and you got to really, really look at it. It's all I've been studying lately is just alchemy, hermetic principles, hermetic sciences, stuff like that. And the 12 salts are part of that deal. It comes off of with the principles of the elements. It's pretty interesting that you brought that up. But yeah, we're fully missing 3 salts because of the 12 months of incubation that you're supposed to spend inside of the womb, rather than we only spend 9. So we only receive 9 of the 12 salts that we need to be full, I guess. Well,
very interesting.
Yeah, it's all good. It's alchemy. It's you're right, mate. It's one of them things that you've got to know what you're doing.
yeah, I figured out one of the salts. I know how to recreate one of them. It's an old alchemical secret, like mad style, but it's basically it's a huge process dealing with the natural salts only produced in natural morning dew, which is when you go outside, you get all the morning dew all over the place. You collect a whole bunch of that, then you have to heat it up, then you have to let it dissolve into a gas, and that gas turns into a liquid when it's concentrated, and then you got to coagulate that liquid, and then you got to go collect more morning dew. You got to add it in there, and then that morning dew will soak into that coagulated new stone, the new material stone, and then you got to repeat that process over and over and over and over again until finally you get this green gelatin-like substance, and it's really bitter to the taste. It's extremely salty, but it's known to be one of the missing salts that we need, and it's longevity is what it gives you. It gives you longevity and health. So like you take like 3-4 drops of this stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, it's the same stuff like in the Bible, the manna from the heavens, the green manna from the heavens. It's the stuff I'm talking about right now. You can create this kind of stuff. It's just it uses the bread principle, which is something wholly new and wholly human. But that's something that you got to really, go into and study all on your own, because you get your own understanding about how to go about these certain things. And at that, it's not one of those things that you want to just like, oh, it's going to make me live this longer and it's going to be healthy and this and that and whatnot. Well, the thing with alchemy is if you do it wrong, even the tiniest little step, it's instant death. It turns into like one of the most poisonous poisons ever, conducted by man. So it's either you're good or you're not. So it's not something I plan on trying anytime soon, even though I know the process.
Can I just say, if I've got this right through Santos, but Flat Fred will put me right if I've got this wrong. We've got the 9 salts, but each star sign misses 3 salts. And Santos says he could look at you and look at your face and see which 3 you're missing. And you have to work out which 3 salts you're missing for your star sign. And so you'll have to find that out with Santos. And just one more thing. Playfully says, drink your own pee.
I've heard of that before. I've heard of that before, and people say it's supposed to help with your immune system and whatnot. But honestly, I only think that's the case because you're literally it's kind of like what they're doing with vaccines. They're pumping you full of the actual flu for your flu vaccine, so that way your body will build an immunity to it. When you take a piss, you're pissing out all the poisons and everything in your body. So when you drink it, you're forcing those poisons back in your body, and you're forcing your immune system to start kicking back at those poisons again and again and again, rebuilding them. I don't want to build my immunity system like that personally. The way I build my immunity system is by not doing any kind of modern medicines. I don't do vaccines, and I don't go to the doctors. I allow my body to naturally take its process, its course. And if there's something super serious, I find a homeopathic remedy for it.
A lot
Well,
of people
the
swear by
urine
it.
doesn't contain the poison.
Okay.
Yeah, urine doesn't contain the poison.
What's that?
Plasma, isn't it? It's plasma. Someone was talking about it. I watched. It was about plasma, and people put it on their faces. You know, like face cream. Put it on wounds.
Can I just say something? Most face creams actually contain piss. If you look on it, it's really. If you look on it, it says it. Well, it doesn't actually say piss, but you know what's it called?
Urea.
No. Yeah.
Urea.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I've seen that.
Thank
Yes.
you, Tine. Yes.
I've seen that.
That is so
seen that.
true. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jay.
There's Jay.
Well,
Yo.
he has no clothes on. Dude, what are you doing?
Quick.
Is it that hot, Jay? Is it that hot where you are?
Actually, it's snowing, but the fire of Krishna burns from within us all. Yes, how are we all doing?
Awesome. Now we're seeing you.
Just in case you don't know, everybody, we've got Artist, FlatFred, Lesia, Matthew, Patricia, Astral, and Tine.
Hey, Matthew, I hope you're feeling better, man. Great to have you.
What's up, bud? I appreciate that highly. Thanks, man. And I appreciate everybody in the comments too, wishing me well. I appreciate that. Y'all are pretty awesome.
Hey, I can't be in comments, so I'm just going to tell everybody right now. Hello.
Yeah, it's an open talk tonight. We're all trying to get a word in. Yeah, just asking anybody on the panel. So Matthew hasn't, I haven't. But does anybody on the panel use urine then as a sort of detox, whatever? Anybody here on the panel use it?
Not
I think you
knowingly.
need a clean system.
I do.
I had athlete's foot many
Tine
years
says
ago,
she does?
and it was a Jamaican guy that told me, the guy that I worked with, Chico, good old Chico. I loved the guy. He said to me, Martin, piss in a bucket, and put your feet in it. And that will do it. It'll kill your bacteria. So that's what I did. I pissed in the bucket, and yeah, it worked. It will remove your athlete's
How
foot.
quickly? Like how quickly?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you have to do it?
I did it like 2 or 3 times, and it was gone, man. It was just, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, I rubbed my feet and everything, but I mean, don't rub your feet, in between your toes. That's like the worst thing you can probably do, but it's so itchy, isn't it? But yeah, it removed it.
Did I hear you?
Well, I have an
Tine?
announcement to make. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Pardon me.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, did I hear you, Tine, say that you do it?
You're asking
Yeah,
me or
I tried it.
Astral?
Yeah, I'd like Jay to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny because I actually, Santos Bonacci shared a post about urine therapy. And the individual, forgive me, he's a flat earther. It's a black guy from England. Forget his name. Very famous.
Allegedly
Yes.
Dave.
Okay. So basically, he was talking about urine therapy. And he's saying that his hair grew back and all this stuff, right? Well, I experienced urine therapy as well. I removed a wart many years ago. I put my foot in some urine, and the wart went away in actually hours. So he's talking about urine. Gentlemen, how about someone had a burn, and he poured urine on their burn, and it healed the skin immediately, hours after. The skin and the bones all healed and fused in the right place from urine. So now I have been drinking it. Yes, I'm coming out of the urine closet because of this. When you drink it, it's an antibacterial of all antibacterials. I've been doing it for almost a month now. My hair, I was receding here a little bit if you see my head, but it's actually growing back. If you look at my head, it's slightly growing back. My hair.
I see that.
Yeah.
What?
It's our new swear word. What?
What the flat? What the flat?
What the flat?
I'm serious. That's my this never grows like that now. It's usually thinner, and my afro has been growing more aggressively. I've noticed, especially in the back, since I've been drinking my urine with water. I put it in copper vessel for about 6 hours. Then I do a little bit. I put some in the water. I shake it. I don't think about it. I don't think it's gross. I don't go there. It's mentally. I know it's something that we're not familiar with. But let's keep it real. Uranus is the same word as urine. Uranus is a planet. It's Greek for the heavens, y'all. Homosexual etymology means Uranian. Uranian is an energy. Okay, it's very important to know because Uranus, a chemical comes out of it called samionite or Sam. Hence, we have the son of Sam killings in the 70s. And Samuel is Mars, one of the 7 angels, Thomas H. Burgoyne's information. So when we know this kind of stuff, it helps us to understand that Uranus is an energy that harnesses another energy from Mars, the planet of sacrifice, your blood. So think about it. The orbs are making your body. Why would they make anything that would be gross for you to either put back in? Your shit should fertilize like a horse. Yeah, we have horsepower. We have the sagittal plane. Everybody has a sagittal plane around you. It's Sagittarius. It's the horsepower. So, yeah, I mean, for me, to be honest with all of you, what saves me a lot of headache from fear about something that's different is when you look at the words and you get into etymology and you decode it and you find the true meaning and how it's supposed to be used for you as opposed to used to like just know a bunch of stuff, if that makes any sense. So I leave it open.
I've got a 2. If you're just because me personally, because I guess of the fact that it's urine, I just cannot see myself going about that. So 2 other remedy possibilities for both of those things that you spoke about, for stuff on your hands, stuff that you can soak it. Double distilled white vinegar. You soak your feet in that, or you rub it on anything. It'll get rid of damn near anything you could think of. Double distilled white vinegar. It's freaking amazing. It's also an incredible alchemical secret too. They use white vinegar in a lot of their medicinal uses. And for burns, fish skin.
Piss.
Go to the river, catch yourself a fish, skin it, take that skin, wrap it around the burn. You know, it could literally be like 3rd-degree burns, and your skin will grow back as if it was normal.
Sorry, Matthew, to interrupt. I also heard for burns that urine was good for burns, and also if you got bitten by a snake, urine is good for that too.
Yes.
You know, so out in the wild or whatever, stinging nettles and all that kind of
stuff. But vinegar does the same thing. I think it's because of the vinegar in the piss. Is the vinegar is the neutralizer? You know.
Yeah, it must.
You know what's funny? You know that cornflakes, the cereal. Doesn't cornflakes smell like urine? I always thought it was funny that cornflakes definitely smells like in beer. Beer smells an awful lot like urine-ish. Well, the Sumerians were drinking beer back in the day. It was good beer, not the shit today that, gets into your consciousness. But yeah, things that relate to urine. So I also asked Santos this. From drinking urine, my complexion has... Am I freezing a lot? I don't know if I'm freezing. Sorry.
Yeah, put your shits on.
So sorry. From drinking my urine, I've noticed my skin, my complexion is balanced, and I'm more bronze. It's not as pale and blotchy. And I asked Santos, I said, hey, man, because he also has it too. I said, is it one of the perks also to help your pigment? And he said, yes, it balances your pigment. Because think about it. We're not getting proper sunlight. So all of us have a pigment that needs a balanced amount of light to keep our complexions balanced. So if urine can do that for free, it's a no-brainer. I don't even think about it. So if that encourages anybody. And in India, they drink the urine of the cow because the tourist fields. It's the sacred bull. They're not
seen
dumb.
Something like that not too long ago. There was some kind of a documentary, like BBC or something, where they were in. I don't want to comment on what kind of village it was, but it was obviously a very non-modern village, and they were out in the sticks somewhere. But the kids and everybody, they would grow up and they would go like actually behind their animals, horses or cows, and they would, as they're taking a piss, they would fill their hands with it and drink it, like right as it was coming out. I remember seeing that now that you're talking about that.
Well, want to
pretty hardcore for me personally. Once again,
I mean,
but
I understand the benefits, but what about like how do you not get like especially coming behind an animal, like how do they not get what if the animal is sick?
I have no idea. I just remember watching the videos. But then again, we also know that BBC and all those things, when they make their documentaries, they like to stage a lot of crap too.
Oh,
Kind of like those poor little animals way back in the 90s that they pushed off of the cliffs just to make a good show. They said they were suicidal. Animals don't do that on purpose.
Well, I have to chime in. Those people obviously know when the animals are sick because they are around those animals all the time, so they can see if an animal is sick. So therefore, they can prevent it. And also, what I think is also very important, if you eat healthy, it also makes a difference. Because I think when you eat shit, you pee out shit. And then when you drink your own pee and you actually eat very bad, you always also pee out a lot of waste that is bad. So if you eat healthy and you drink your own pee, it's more. It has more good things in it, as you should drink pee when you go to McDonald's all day.
Yeah, that makes logical sense.
I think that makes a lot of difference.
Yeah,
but also, your diet is a very important factor, in my opinion.
Well, as for me personally, I don't think I could do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
I can shoot tequila and that's about it. Like I don't like strong coffee. I don't like
everybody.
Yeah,
Well, it curbs your appetite. So I've been doing it. I'm not kidding. I'm not starving. When I drink it, my skin does not get dry all day. All the dry skin issues I had go away. It's interesting. It is weird. I'll be honest. It is weird, but I'm seeing the differences. Go ahead, Matthew.
I was just going to say, I can seeing how much, I never researched into it good enough. I only come across it so much, but I've never researched into it just because of the fact that it's urine. And as far as I know, medically wise, it's poison out of your body. So I never really gave it too much thought, to be honest. But now that we're talking about it, I could see urine being a medical therapy to use when you're out and about, if you were camping, if you were gone, if you were trying to survive, stuff like that. But while we have alternative options that do the exact same thing while we're in civilization, I'm going to utilize those personally. But like if I was out in the sticks, and I had, and I was camping and, something bit me, a spider, some poison, something like that, or if I were to burn myself or anything I could see myself using the urine therapy just as a quick fix to make sure that I was going to survive and make sure that I wasn't going to get, infected, stuff like that. But, while I'm in civilization, if I can get my hands on some double white distilled vinegar, or if I could get my hands on some of these other medicinal rubs that I'm trying to recreate, from some old alchemical texts.
Well,
there's this rub. It's called Pancea or Pancea. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pancea, and it's a cure-all rub. They used to have it back in the day, and I'm trying to recreate it. It's incredible. It's the same process that I was telling you guys before with the morning dew and all that stuff, except you use specific dew from specific things. I think also there was even an alchemical process to make a tincture from your urine, because let me see if I can explain this. When morning dew occurs, it produces a salt within that dew that only is producible by morning dew standards. There's no other way that this salt can literally come to life, not by human standards, not by scientific standards, not by anything. And it's because it's produced through the akasa, which is the ether, So the ether itself, during the night, as it cools down, it helps produce this dew that we get all over the place in the morning. Now, when you take that dew and you do the process that I was telling you guys about earlier, you get this salt that's within the dew. It's only producible because it's produced by the ether, right? Now, with your body goes through a very specific process to produce your urine. There is a very specific salt in your urine that is only producible, not by animals either, not by insects either, but only by a human anatomy. And so that salt, so there's a lot of different things that we can get into when it comes to the different salts and stuff like that and alchemy. But this Panacea rub. I want to recreate it because supposedly this is like it kind of looks like a vapor rub, Vicks vapor rub or something like that. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like you rub it on anything and it just like instantly cures it up. Like whatever you could think of. It's like a cure all rub. It's incredible. You put it in your mouth for teeth. You get rid of plaque, gingivitis. You get rid of actual internal diseases, stuff like that. Diabetes, arthritis. Huh?
Can it make people disappear?
Well, that's what I was thinking about, Jay. Is I was thinking when you're saying that because I've been looking into it a lot, and I can't seem to find. I know the process on how to make it, but I can't seem to find the ingredients. And I'm starting to think that this ingredient is actually urine. In order to make this rub, I'm starting to think it's urine.
Yeah. Let me help you with your body. And I'm sorry, Astral. I know you had something. It won't take long. In your DNA. To understand, in your DNA, you have something called phosphorus. Guess what phosphorus means in etymology? It means the morning star. Well, who's the morning star? We know it's Mama Venus. We know that she is the light bearer, also known in Oxford Dictionary. Hence, I'm defending my thesis, and thank God that when you look up Lucifer, you find her. Not as a bad thing, as an energy creator. So where is Venus ruling us? Well, she's also in your sexual fluids. It's there. Phosphorus energies are in your sperm. Now, where's your sperm? Where your urine is. In your lower chakras. Where your Christos is. Where your Christ or your chi or your children exist. And this urine, metaphorically, is also a part of your breathing when you meditate. With your sperm as well, or also the flatulence energy for the flatulence that we have, all of it goes to your temple. You're controlling your demons. Of course, they would be seen as demons because doo-doo smells bad sometimes. Okay, we get it. And urine can smell a bit harsh. It's your demons of your body. It's very simple. You can convert those demons with meditation, and it makes sense to me that if my urine is where my Christ, my Venus is, my goddess who rules my organs, my sexual organs, it would make sense that my urine must have some other value to it. Your body is a container of gods.
Me? I can't hear him.
I can hear him. I can hear him fine.
Yeah. Can I just say, right, everybody, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 of us on this hangout tonight, and everybody wants to talk. We've got to take our turns a little bit, otherwise some people won't talk. Mm-hmm. Okay, just remember that, everybody.
I'm done. Go ahead. I'm done. Just cut me off. Whatever. I'm good.
Okay. No, I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I can talk about one subject very shortly, and I'm surprised again it's not mentioned. Propolis. Here we go again. Propolis, an effective treatment for warts. Number 9, heat stress and athletic performance. Propolis protects injuries on teeth. Propolis helps treat food poisoning. Propolis kills colon cancer cells. Propolis boosts the prostate cancer cell deaths. Propolis helps treat allergies. Propolis helps to treat bone diseases. Propolis helps to lower blood pressure, and propolis kills bacteria. So that's one remedy that almost helps your whole body and your immune system. And it's a natural antibiotic. And it's, if you buy
What is propolis?
It's extracted.
I've never heard of propolis.
No, nobody has. They want to silence it because one of it's not that expensive. You can buy a bottle of propolis pills, probably 200 pills for only $20. So that's not very expensive. So for a whole year of propolis, probably $30. That's not expensive. You also have ointments you can smear that prevents, that helps your body heal burns and everything. If you cut yourself, you can get propolis ointments. You have pills, ointments, you have fluid propolis, all kinds of propolis you can get. And it actually helps your body fight off all kinds of threats to your body. and it's a natural antibiotic. It's extracted from the beehive. So it's all natural. And I'm also always surprised that a lot of people never heard about it. It's not that expensive, and it helps your body fight any kind of ailment. So just to put it out there that people know it. Go ahead.
Well, the only thing the last thing that I would want to say on the urine therapy, has anyone ever heard of the phrase, oh, he's full of piss and vinegar, or she's full of piss and vinegar? Where did that come from? Because a while ago, Matthew said, and I've heard about the benefits of
Well, piss and vinegar, that's a metaphorical saying, because piss and vinegar are bitter. So if you're full of piss and vinegar, you're being a bitter person.
Sour.
What?
And you know who bitterness is? Mars. Sorry,
Here in Germany, they always say when you're a little bit pissed and agitated, you're a sour person. So that's also related to the piss and vinegar. Yeah.
Yeah, like sour. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Like sauerkraut. Yeah.
Sour lemons. What the flat?
Yeah, what the
what
flat?
What
What the flat?
Yeah,
We have our own elixir. We have our own elixir, y'all.
Well,
I'm telling
what
you.
was it? But he's not here now. But Flat Earth Unity. No, was it him or was it? No, who was it? It was Astral actually. He said new swear word. What the flat? Instead of saying what the, he put what the flat.
I like it. And
then we can say it as many times as we like.
And also
Hey, have you
remember,
guys, like Jay, have you looked in? Sorry, go ahead.
instead of saying for fuck's sake, we say for flat's sake. Keep it real.
For flat's sake, I like it.
Spread the word.
Yeah, me too.
Change the world and spread the word. Thank you.
Yeah. For the people who want to know it, I put it in a back chat, link to the Propolis bit. So you can
Good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Artist. Gonna put it in the chat on the live chat, Artist, as well then for people.
Already did it. But
Okay.
thanks for reminding me, Karen. Thanks.
Okay, Karen, now I'm going to try to go back and do that 5-minute thing for my daughter. I couldn't do it a while ago, so I'm going to mute for about 5 minutes, okay?
That's okay, my darling. Just let us know when
Okay.
you're back.
I will, for sure.
I had a curiosity for all of you guys, since all of you guys follow Santos pretty closely. The christening liquid, that if you don't squander your life essence, it's able to travel back up to 33 vertebrae and, flush your pineal gland and whatnot. Is that only, is that liquid, that christening liquid, only wasted through ejaculation, or is it also wasted through urine? Because I'm thinking, if that's the case, is the urine medicinal quality within that liquid and not the actual urine itself? I was just thinking, because I was thinking about that, like if you waste your life seed, then you waste that liquid. If you don't, it'll travel back up the 33 vertebrae. But if you don't waste your life essence, I wonder if when you pee, do you excrete some of this, christening liquid as well? And is that really what's medicinal about it, or is it just straight up the vinegar?
That's a good question, man. Actually, I might even ask Santos that directly. That's a very good question. But I'll tell you this. I've asked Santos several times about the ejaculation, because it kind of frustrated me. Like I'm thinking, okay, if my body's designed to have a function to ejaculate, I'm thinking it must be used for something, right? But maybe it's also some kind of a way to test us and to contain, because your pelvis means container. Anyhow, so this is how I understand it from what he tells me. Basically, that seed, your orgasm, when you have an orgasm, like a physical orgasm, and you ejaculate your fluid, that specific white or whatever color fluid that is, that's specifically your Christ energy in terms of the male body. I don't believe, and I have to ask Santos, that your urine, the urine tract is the same kind of energy, because you're not peeing in a sense of trying to ejaculate and come out with a sexual energy. You're relieving yourself. But once again, I don't actually know for a fact, but that's what I understand from the Cresto.
I want to look into it a lot more. Urine scares me because it's a stagnant body of water. It's not like a flowing river like the blood in your system where it's constantly moving and constantly clean. Your urine sits inside your bladder, which is technically a stagnant pool of water. And as we all know, what happens to stagnant pools of water compared to running water is they grow scum, they grow nastiness, they sit still and nothing comes out of it. So I have to look so much more into the whole, urine therapy thing before I give it a, consideration.
Which is why you should drink your urine. Why you should drink your urine.
Can I say
Sorry, go ahead, Karen.
Well, just that I understand what Santos is saying and all that, but don't sperm. They'll only live for so long, and then they'll just get ingested back into your body. They'll only last so many days, and then they'll die. So how does all that work? Well, I understand giving out too much of your energy or whatever. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I just thought sperm do die, don't they? Like a woman, every month a woman gets through it.
I have a question also. What about women then?
Yeah, I asked Santos that one. Women, actually, he said it's not as intense because they represent the fish of Christ, but they're not, their way of ejaculating as a man's energy, it's a bit different. I think one ejaculation is 6 pints of blood, something like this. This is the importance of sperm. It actually has zinc and copper in it. Zinc and copper. When they say brains out, or I'm gonna fuck your brains out, they literally mean that. Like it's it's kind of what it means. I get it. It's like you do pretty much give out your brain cells because you do get tired. Your body shuts down. You've exhausted your machine. And so when you exhaust your machine, you've given away minerals to have it function again and to move forward. It's kind of simple as that. So containing it helps you to also keep your teeth because men will lose their teeth. There's calcium in sperm. We go bald faster if we're porn stars. I mean, honestly, I think if you're ejaculating but not like a thousandth, you can contain it and still be okay. I don't think you're going to be punished if you have a slip up here and there. It's just if you're a player, go into the club to fuck 1,000, pardon my language. You know what I mean? To sleep with 10,000 girls.
The flats!
Okay, this is actually the
guys who do that.
Well, okay, that is with all of things. You also don't need to drink 20 glasses of beer every day. That's also not healthy. Not doing something too much or the same thing too much. As sniffing your marker all day is also not very healthy, probably. A marker for your whiteboard. Yeah, it's basically like with all things, do it in moderation.
Yes. But sexual,
I agree.
You got to be careful with sex because the problem with sex is that it's more complex to contain because we're constantly being stimulated with what? With pornography. They've got soft porn.
Well,
everywhere.
If you think about, sorry, Jeff.
No, go ahead.
If you think about sex, it ain't. Well, you said the problem with sex, right? If you think about it, sex it's a sacred thing, man. I mean, we're creating a human life there. That's a deep thing. That's something incredible. Yeah. I'm a father, so I understand that aspect of it. But I wish that younger people understood the how important or how big a thing it is. It ain't just sex; it's a big thing. I mean, this is it's an incredible creation that we do. It is creation, isn't it? We create a human being from dancing.
Yeah, man. Yes. Making love is dancing. And then you get rappers like Drake or Draco Constellation. You get dragons that say, I want to smash it. I'm going to get me some tonight. Oh, I'm going to get me some. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to hit and quit it. I'm going to break that down. Yeah, I'm going to nail it. These terms aren't good. Those are rituals. You know what I mean? When you smash it.
Back. Hello, Flat Earth Unity. He's back.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, he's there, but he's black. Anyway, we're
words. Continue, Raw. I love hearing all these syncretisms you break down, brother.
Oh, hey, it's an honor, man.
There's 10 of us on here today, so we've got to all take turns. Just remember, okay? But carry on, Jay.
I forget, what was I saying?
You were talking about how
words in sex, how we smash or nail
yes. Smash it. We have a sex drive. This is going to blow your minds. It's very important to understand what sex means. There is a sextant constellation by Mama Virgo. Mama Virgo has the sword. Virgo is the one who decapitates the sun, Kali, with your tongue coming out, hence your Nicki Minaj's, and your Hannah Montana, which means the mountain of Aniel, Venus. So we have these sexy people performing sexual rituals, and they're stars. We call them stars. You just did a ritual. You just gave them power. Perfect. So now they're a star. You aren't. You have 5 dimensions, but whatever, right? Here's the star, doing this sexy dance. In ballet, originally, we have 6 positions. We only do 5, but we have 6. The 6th one is parallel. Why is it parallel? It's a symbol of the phallic symbol. This is parallel. From the phallus, we grow the flower. From the flower, we spurt the waters of Shiva. So it's very important that we understand that our sexual energy is in the stars as the sextant constellation. Sex just means 666. We move in 6 figures. Think about it. The money that they're doing, those 6 figures, your sexual energy is rolling in that. Hence why women are like, oh, I won't sleep with you. Not saying all women, but it is what it is. There are women that are called gold diggers, for God's sake. Why are they gold diggers? That's the damn sun. Minerals. They use it against us. So now we're using money to have sex and status. And someone can cut me off and add in, by the way. I'm not trying to hog the mic.
Yeah, I was gonna add in oh, never mind. There it goes. As I was gonna say, it's gone.
Check the correlations in the star Beyonce and the goddess Athena. The birth of Beyonce coincides with the birth of Athena. You should check that out. It's almost crazy how these elites will get pregnant and have their children and do all these things with the celestial.
Yes.
I remember now, Jay.
You mentioned Athena. Yeah, Athena means I came from myself. Listen, Athena means I came from myself, which means the virgin Virgo is your virgin. Yeah. Who's Queen Elizabeth, the virgin queen? Virgo. Now, who's the opposer of Virgo? Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, Zeus, who spat Venus out of his forehead. Now, we understand why Queen Elizabeth wants to be the virgin queen, or relating to the father who gave birth to Lucifer, the cipher of Lu, Venus, the one who made things sexy. She's your whore of Babylon. She's Ostara for Easter. She came out of an egg. Christ is known to be coming out of eggs. All these things are there in the Bible. These symbols, it's all sex. So sex is very important to control with us because it is like my man Astral said, it's spiritual. Like, my plants were dying and I just realized that I created the alchemical wedding. I actually did it. I birthed something from the virgin aspect. My plants were dying. Fact, I'm going to show it. I always show my plants. Fact, they were dying. Look, they're dead. There's life. I chanted Hare Krishna. They started to grow again. Nothing was happening until I chanted. Now think about what that means. That means that I gave birth to something from my mouth.
Through vibrations.
Yep.
Power through words.
Yes. Words are sex. You are having sex 24 hours a day with your words.
It's a lot of it has to do with the intent as well. It has a lot to do with the intent, because if you just speak words without knowing or understanding what you're saying, it's like loud noises, loud symbols. It has no meaning. But if you speak the words with understanding and true intent behind them, now you give those words power.
And like sex, think of sex. If you have sex mindlessly and silent, it's almost as if it's nothing. But if you're into it and intimate with that person, speaking, spilling your soul out onto this person and you're receiving their soul that's getting spilled out. Yeah, I can see what he's saying. Yeah.
Yes. That's pure soul food. Soul food is feeding your soul, or the sole of your feet.
Now, while they say in
Soul-
that song, "Loving you is like food for my soul."
I saw I saw a little meme, not a meme, but like a little picture once, and it said, if you're not laughing while you're having sex, then you are not doing it right. Meaning, yeah, like it should be fun and interesting. Yes. Okay.
And it should be new. Just like when something's new to a child, and we're all children, we're just grown children, just like when something is new to a child, they experience it with exclamation and excitement and can't even contain their words. They'll start stuttering over. Yes.
Also, I thought part of what Santos was going on about as well was that, men it's selfish to have to ejaculate all the time for the women, like men have to learn to, last longer and stuff without going too technical here.
A proper man will take care of his girl first and worry about himself later.
Can I just say something? Can I say something before I forget?
Oh, yes. Get it, brother. Get it.
Tine, you said, what was it you said? Have fun or make laugh when you're having...
That was me. That was Lisa.
Yeah. What I used to do is, when I was naked, I used to say, stand back. I don't know how big this thing's going to grow. that always got a laugh. Remember that.
Exactly. Okay. And it's keeping the mood light. It should not be serious as in negative. It should always be serious as in light.
Right. I agree.
Well, there's two sides to everything, y'all. I mean, if you're going to take care of it and treat it as if it's something sacred and something beautiful and artistic, you're going to get that principle out of it, the positive principle. But if you go into it like these Satanists and Luciferians and whatnot, and you start going into it as if it's just an object, just a thing for you to, quickly get your jump off of whatnot, you're going to create a bad negative principle out of that. Both of them have equal amount of power. It's not saying that, if you don't put anything into it, if you don't do anything about it, it's going to be absolutely nothing. Well, that's not true. It's going to be negative. You're going to get negative energy out of it. You either positive or negative. There's 2 and 2.
I agree, Matthew. I think what we say, what we do, how we act, if we have intent and conviction in what we're trying to put forth, then it's good.
I'm gonna have to I'll giggle for the rest of my life now. Stand back.
Stand back. I don't know how big this
stand back, and this thing's
gonna how big
back. Yeah. Things gonna grow.
Funny.
Hey, I gotta run it.
He's unaware of how much it's gonna grow.
You better be packing some protection.
And
hey guys, I've got a bit of a change of subject.
Kind of. Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Everybody that sees the Google symbol and sees all that stuff and sees all that stuff and whatnot, they immediately think 666, right? I'm just out of curiosity. It just kind of struck me. Why doesn't anybody ever see 999? Since 9 is the ultimate number, it is the most pure number, and is the most sacred number. How come everybody only sees a negative thing? It's almost like everybody concentrates on negativity so much. Just something that clicked in my head a little bit back when Jay was talking is like everybody sees 666 constantly. And I get that because the Bible says number of the beast is 666. But when you break that down, you realize that the number of a man is 666 because of 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electron, aka flesh, matter, carbon. So I'm thinking like, how come everybody sees 666 all the time instead of 999 when we know that even though these people are evil, Luciferian, blah blah blah, like Google and whatnot, Google stands for knowledge and intelligence because it has all the knowledge and intelligence at its fingertips. It basically has that market completely tied and locked down. And they create a logo that has 3 9s in it, but everybody turns around and says, oh, Google's evil, this is evil, it's 666. Well, why not 999 when we all know that 9 represents knowledge and wisdom and 6 simply represents carbon,
It's mind control. Yeah, I can actually chime in on that one. It's interesting because when you look at Islam, Muhammad, what is he? He marries a girl named Aisha at 6 and consummates it at 9, right? 6 and 9 is the logo for Cancer. Okay, it's 6 and a 9. Those two numbers are man and female. Okay, it's very important that they're balanced. And the reason why they're not balanced is exactly what you just said, Matthew. It's because they want you to focus on one motion of the universe. This one phallic, sexual, Venetian, Venus, Luciferian, she's the light bearer energy. They don't want you to know about your Yesod in the Kabbalah, which is your foundation. It's your 9. So when you're packing your 9 in the ghetto, you're packing your phallic symbol. You're shooting sperm. It's all the phallic symbol. All of that stuff is bam, bam.
I understand that.
You even make
I
that
get what you're
reference
saying.
saying that thing will skeet at you. You know, I'll bust that thing at you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
those terms are destructive. Go ahead, Matthew. Go ahead, Matthew.
I was just gonna say, like, we look at the negative part so much, right? Why not realize that there's a principle to everything? There's two sides to everything, and I think I'm starting to see these things differently now. You know, rather than like in the normal truther community, everything's the world against us, right? Well, I don't think it's like that at all. I think that's something that's being pushed that's causing a lot of division against us as a community. Like Google, as I was saying earlier, you've got the 666, so you got the 999. I think it depends on the person to look at that. It's kind of like Google is giving you the means to create your own destiny, right? Google says, hey, you can see this as 666 and only get a negativity out of it. Or you can see this knowledge at the tips of your fingers as a 999, and you can create anything you want out of it. It's up to you to take that and see it as you please. And however you see that, that's going to be the outcome that you get from it. So if all we ever do is focus on how, and I get that, I get what we're doing, because there is an agenda behind everything. But at the same time, it would just be great to start hearing people reflect more off of the positive aspects of things, because if Google is represented itself as 666 in this negative way, but we can see it as 999 in a positive way, can we not focus on the 999 more so and drown out the 666 so that way positivity is only that lasts and negativity drowns out?
Most of this world is negative, man. I totally hear what you're saying, and I respect that, and I actually do agree with most of your intention. My problem is this. A lot of us are being lied to a certain degree, where I'm actually at university right now, and I have to hear someone teaching one of my classes saying an astronaut flew, and the view from his view, he said that the Earth was dancing, and believes that people are flying in outer space and stuff like this. And it's a sweetheart of a young lady, and she doesn't know. So it's like I'm in an awkward place. I'm in a world where people are being misled. Now, 666 is not necessarily an evil thing. 666 is simply the way that Venus maneuvers and manipulates the air and makes everything happen. So when we get into 666, it's not supposed to only be for some occultists who are using it against us. Everything can be used for us or against us. The 9 can also be used against us if you're a sorcerer. So it just depends on what you know about the numbers. But also, I think it's important that we deal with the negativity by exposing it through etymology, what the words mean, so that people can see, oh shit, that was a lie the whole time. It actually means this, and that's who I am. Now I can move on and not be a truther who's not making personal connections to the words, so that then it comes out more balanced. I think it's necessary, so I'll leave it open.
Anybody else? Me and Jay been going back and forth. Anybody else? I'm not trying to steal the show here.
I love it.
This might be Tine. I bet you have something to say about this.
About what?
Tine.
Time?
Tine.
Yeah, about what?
About the 666 and the Google.
About Ether, the goddess symbol.
No, I got nothing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What about you?
I think we're good.
What about
we just
you,
keep going.
Fred? What about you? Fred?
It's yeah, I'm here. It's astrological, isn't it? It's numbers are being used against us, aren't they? So, and they have been for a long time. Same as language. So
Marty needs
from it, and that's the challenge.
Yeah, well, we don't realise half
Marty,
the words we and what they mean. I have to say that. Carry on, Time. Were you going to say something?
yeah, Marty Leeds did a talk ago about we don't have to fear 666. He broke it down a little bit, but we don't have to fear numbers at all.
Nope.
Right.
Just understand
Yeah, you're right.
them.
Totally.
I think by the lack of truth in our communities and the lack of truth in our daily lives and everything, and that's creating this division against everybody, because instead of everybody seeing things in their own eyes and getting their own understanding out of it by, because that's literally how we're supposed to do things. I mean, we all live our own reality, but instead of doing that, everybody's taking everybody else's work and stuff like that, for face value. Rather, because they're like, oh, okay, so that's this guy's answer, so that must be my answer too. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, it's not really the way it works, because as I was explaining in previous videos, one guy may see 6, one guy may see 9, one guy may see on, one guy may see off, one may see white, and one may see black. It doesn't matter. It's all based off of perspective. It doesn't mean that you guys have an absolute difference in opinion. You both see a number, you both see a direction, you both see a color. You guys you both see the same thing, just in a different, view, a different perspective, a different angle. So in a way, I think that by, a lot of the, truth communities nowadays, they're focusing so much on the negative aspect that I think it's almost kind of creating victims out of ourselves, because we don't focus on the good as much anymore. Like, we focus on, chemtrails. They're trying to kill us. They're trying to terraform the planet. They're trying to do this. Well, why not try to look at, the positive part that we've developed out of it? Let's start talking, big discussions on orgone generators, stuff like that, giving, videos on how well those work, rather than just, it's pretty obvious already. Like, we get it. They are chemtrailing us. I get that. I see it every day. I live it and I breathe it. I don't need to be reminded about it every single day, because I live it every single day. So let's move on past that and try to look at the positive aspect and how to get rid of these negative things. But all we do is we just concentrate on how negative stuff is and how much they're screwing us over. And the way I kind of see is, like, the elites, they're evil, they're disgusting, this and that and whatnot. But they have the knowledge and they're simply utilizing it to their personal greedy benefit. That's what makes them so, fucked up and so messed up, is that they're taking this knowledge and instead of sharing it with everybody, they're hoarding it for themselves. It's the same knowledge all of us have and all of us can gain. It's just they're not sharing it and they're turning it into a personal thing, which is making it negative. It can be positive, it can be. All of it can be positive. It takes us to make it positive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I just say one little thing? He doesn't understand. We've been talking about it. You're allowed to swear on here. You say, what the flat? You can say, what the flat, or whatever it is. We had another way of doing it, but yeah. So you can swear now. You just say, what the flat? Carry on, Jay.
Yeah, no, I hear what he's saying. I think that the positive side is that, I'm right now, I've already sort of put it out there. We have to do a performance. We have to get our talents, whatever we're good at doing. We have to do rituals. A ritual in terms of we get it organized, we perform the event at a certain geographic place where the energies in the earth, like the 33rd parallel north in Charleston, South Carolina, where your 33rd degrees of your spine will align very well. If we can all put our energies together, I've already put that out there to everyone in the panel. Like, we should do it.
I remember talking about that with you, creating a new thing, letting you choreography it and everything. I remember that.
But I'll tell you why it's even more important now, because there's something very positive. It's a good point, man. I hear you. I'm very much about positivity, because I'm teaching in the university. I'm teaching people how to breathe again, for God's sake. They don't want to breathe. They're afraid to open their mouth.
But we got to be careful about that too, man. Because and kind of like a way what you're saying, if we find one of these places where the energies, all meet, kind of like what the elites do when they do all their, dirty, nasty crap. If we find a place like this and we gather enough people and we actually figure out a chant that everybody can do, and we figure out an actual dance that everybody could do that, you know, mixes in all the geometric patterns and the vibrations, which will bounce off of everybody and whatnot, and create this actual energy and atmosphere. Even if we could do something like that, and we did start doing something like you do realize what would happen to us, right? We would all immediately be disregarded and disbanded by the entire truth community as being people trying to suck everybody into the elite bullshit. It's because people don't understand, like, and this is what I meant when I was talking to you, is like, we can use the same kind of, you know, information and wisdom that the elites use, but we can turn it into a positive thing. And it's just like what you're talking about. It's just, I fear for the fact that, you know, we are here to try to teach so many people certain things. And if we start doing something like that, I feel like everybody's going to start looking at us like, oh my God, they're, you know, they're actually, you know, shills, they're trolls and
Who cares
whatnot.
about everybody else? Here's the thing. I saw you speaking on Facebook, man. You're a sweetheart. You've got a great heart, man. You know, as a 41-year-old, I'll tell you this. Okay, just from me.
Yeah.
Don't care about other people. There's always going to be people who don't agree. Even people who might have the truth like I do might not agree with how I do my thing. That's okay. It's not going to stop me, though, from realizing that I play a valuable role in performing my energy as a dance teacher. I must project my rituals to reverse the electricity from the elite, because they work together and they work with torus fields, and they manipulate the stars at certain times of the year for all of us to move the same way. We are literally moving. They're choreographing your head to do this and your hand to do that all day and do this. That's a dance. Your hand just doing this.
I get what he's saying, though, because, I mean,
important.
I do. I get what Matthew's saying. I mean, you just said he's a sweetheart. Well, people think I'm a sweetheart too. I mean, that's said about me a lot, because I am. I'm a sweet person. I'm nice. You know, I like to make, I'm very accommodating of people. Not, and by that, I don't mean that that I'm a yes girl. I don't like change my stance and all, but I like for people to feel comfortable. And whenever you start talking about certain things in certain areas, it makes people feel uncomfortable. And if you're built a certain way, okay, then it does make you kind of want to clam up. And that's where, I mean, being positive all the time, I mean, because I'm so positive. I love positivity. I hate negativity. I will turn away from it. You know, if someone is too negative, I won't hang out, you know, like I just don't want to be around them. But some people think that if you're too sweet, then or if you're too nice, or if you're trying to be too truthful or whatever, that there's something wrong with you, and they become distrusting of you. And I don't know if that's I don't know if that came out right, but
No, that's exactly pretty much what I was talking about. I mean, for me, I stopped doing social media not too long ago because I was giving out all my theories, and lots of people looked up to it and they thought it was great and everything. And, you know, there's people out there that are susceptible to manipulation and stuff like that. And I realized that. And when I come forward in my theories and I start telling people certain things that I came to with my knowledge, you have other people out there in the community that'll turn against you because it's against their ideas, and they're more influential than you. So all of a sudden they take these minds that I'm trying to open with actual knowledge, truth, through like serious research, and all of a sudden they're taking these minds and manipulating them to go against, you know, the actual truth that I'm trying my best to share. So then I have people hitting me up randomly on, you know, Messenger and stuff saying like, hey, you're misleading thousands of people and stuff like this and that, whatnot. And you need to watch what you're saying. You need to watch what you're doing, blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm like, dude, I'm not misleading anybody. I start off all my stuff by telling people this is my personal opinion and my theory. Take it or leave it, you know, and people either take it or leave it. But it's the fact that there's people out there that they purposely search out these groups, and they purposely search out people like me and like all of us so that way they can gain knowledge, because people like us are not held back by the system. We're not held down by the beast. Basically, we're free of it, and we share knowledge, you know, willingly and freely. So they search us out on purpose because of that, and they look up to us on purpose because of that. And when we start getting too deep into things to where we're going way beyond it, like what I started doing, going way beyond and over everybody's heads, because everybody's stuck in this one specific place and they're trying to get past that. I progressed like 100 miles past that and started throwing all those theories at everybody. And then I started getting this, oh, he's a shill. Oh, he's going back on what he used to say. Well, no, I'm telling you, I'm just refining everything that I used to say in the past. And if I come back with a correction, I come back with a correction. But it really did bug me, the fact that, you know, people said that I was misleading people and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm done with social media. I'm done with this kind of stuff. It's now become a negative thing, and I'm just going to focus on doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to join Sun and Moon Group and share whatever I've got on there. But social media, it wasn't, I don't know, it turned into a popularity playground that I wasn't down for, because I'm here for truth and not for likes.
Yep.
I hear that.
We don't argue on here. We're here to communicate, to be friends, to be a community, and to learn and to share and to grow. So thank you, Matthew.
Yeah. No, thank you guys for giving me a platform to be able to do this.
Yeah, and the good thing is hopefully nobody's going to judge you, you know, not here I'm talking about, you know. Yeah.
Oh, bless you, Lisa.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome too.
Yeah, we should be encouraging each other to be better at what we do. This is why I teach dance the way that I do. My most simple message is self-confidence. You know, people need to be confident. Like, you know, what he's saying is basically he gets a flow going, he's speaking his mind, and then his confidence gets broken. Well, the thing is like, we should not be deterred either way. You know, Santos Bonacci, the man's gone viral. Everyone knows his name, but you better believe he's getting emails of hate saying the same thing, like, you're misleading, you're the devil, and he has to deal with it. And he still shares my videos. He takes time to talk to me and help other people. So it really is a way of looking at it. This is how I see it. I'm so connected to the source, to the truth, because I can show you how it works. I don't speak it because of me. I show you. So when I'm showing you, you're joining with me. So if there's any hate on what I'm doing, you're hating yourself. You're hating what you looked at. You didn't see my face in my videos, really. You saw the information. All information can do is speak for itself. The word is important. People have to make connections. They're not syncing things together. You know, they're dividing. Even in the truth movement, the ego gets in the way. The ego is G-O for the earth. You have to get as grounded as flat earth. Remember, we're one with her. Your deltoid is the delta. The bones, you are with the earth. When you walk on her, you think on her, you litter, whatever we're doing, right? If your opinions are on her, you're taking that energy physically and manifesting it through your words, casting spells. So it's important to be grounded, yeah? I totally hear, you know, what Matthew means. I mean, I've actually gone through phases where I got burned out, you know, family members telling me, you know, oh, that's crazy. He's crazy. He's growing his beard. He's crazy. Oh, I have hair now. I'm a vegan. I'm crazy. You know, I'm natural, but I'm crazy healthy and I'm ultra aware of who I am.
And you seem very happy. You know that? You seem like you're very happy. So to heck with them.
I'm at peace. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey,
I'm at peace.
Hey, you know what? Flat them. Flat them. Flat them.
Yeah, it's the flat out truth. You know, in dominoes, you know, why do black folks slam their hands in dominoes? Why are we doing that? Right? Well, bam, dominoes. I did a presentation about dominoes as the dome. When you slap the table, you're making the flat earth symbol. You're slamming something. Yeah, bam, flat. That's what the earth does. Simple. You know what? Rakia in Hebrew is firmament. It means to spread out. Flat. Simple.
I don't know. What
bam.
You're talking about the game, the dominoes. I think
dominoes. Yeah, they play dominoes. They slap the table.
I'm like, ooh, yum.
Well, pizza
that make
too.
me hungry. Yeah.
Pizza's the same. I mean, yeah.
There's one thing you haven't done so far today, Jay, and I know we did it a lot yesterday, but when you're on the panel, we're all here. So, what do you say?
Oh, yes. On the count of 3, we must all say that we are dancer.
You got to unmute everybody. Everybody's got to unmute.
Wait.
Wait. They got to unmute. Wait a minute. That's it. Everybody unmute. Astral.
Astral is still muted. Wait a second.
For flat's sake, Astral, get with the program.
Yeah, flat's sake, Astral.
Right, one more person muted. All right, here we go.
Hey, I'm back.
Unmute.
I'm back.
1.
Oh my God! How long will this last?
Wait, hold on.
3.
Math. Okay,
What we're gonna do?
1, 2, 3. We are dancers.
Yay!
Okay, being that you're a dancer, I think you should teach us something about our timing, like you know.
Hey, that's not.
It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it on the internet because we're not in the same room together. So of course we can't see each other. So it's like we're getting it just after. All of it's delayed. That's why we're late. We're always delayed, laying.
I got you.
Got to be in the same room. Yes, sweating, moving, grooving.
I think.
What was that?
You know, take a good breath. I think every once in a while we should or you should, or whoever, sit up straight, take a deep breath, and stretch. No, even if you're sitting down, Yes. I always try to tell people that you got to stretch. You have to stretch.
Yes,
because think about it. I mean, yeah, we're, a lot of people. I mean, I'm mobile, but but if you're not mobile and you're at a desktop, you should stand up and stretch and walk around and
Yep.
Or you can even put your arms up and out, because obviously it's good when the energy's flowing out and up and out, not in. So put your arms up and out. That'll be a good one. It makes you feel better when you just do that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you all a phrase. I'm going to teach you a phrase that I teach in my modern class. It's called angles in motion. Anyone can do this. Okay? You put your hand over your head like this. You make a tetrahedron, which is fire, and you simply trace into your hand. Notice how I'm making a cube now. And you pull back and touch your skin. Boom. And go back. Same thing, other side. Hold it in. That's a cube, right? Fibonacci spiral. It goes across, and you do it while you're breathing. I did it today in class, and everyone was like doing it in their own way, and it was interesting. And they're all beginners, but they're already mastering making their own choreography. I have them facing each other and dancing together, and they're talking to each other. They're not battling and competing for a damn trophy, which is okay. It's just that's more for the competitors, Tauruses. Yeah, we have to dance.
What did you call it?
Call what? Sorry.
What you just showed us? What did you call that?
It's called angles in motion.
Oh,
this is a tetrahedron pyramid.
Okay.
So when you go down your angle, look, this is astrology. This is how the stars work.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a point of energy. It's a constellation. Here's my point 1, 2, 3, 4.
Across.
I'm done. That's it.
Okay.
Dancing is about touching and filling in your geometry.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy.
Well,
it's like voguing.
Basically, what Jay is doing, he's trying all kinds of angles. Triangle.
Oh, trying angles. Yes, I get it.
He's trying angles.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's why you have the two pillars in Freemasonry. You have Joaquin and Boaz. You have the white swan and the black swan. Those are your two pillars in ballet. That's a positive thing, because when you see that ballet now, you see those two forces dancing as female bodies. It's electric and magnetic, and they work together. So why would I do that? Of course, I would give you the cube. Here are the two pillars. Now the cube can go parallel. Here's your equal sign. And then here's your Pandora's box. Anyone can, and you can slide and go to the moon or the sun, and then we're back into the tetrahedron world. Anyone can do that. That's a ritual. Has to be. It's atomic, square, triangle makes the atom circular. So if you do that maybe in your own way, when you're sitting down, right? It could probably create something very good for you. But we don't do stuff like that. We're too busy working, which I understand.
Has anybody else ever come to the consensus that Adam and man are two different things?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, I'm just asking you guys personally, have you guys come to the same consensus as I have that Adam and man are two different beings?
Oh, yeah.
Adam, as in the first created flesh, basically the first created flesh, and then man, what eventually came about of man, like us right now. Us, we are man, we are human. But when like Adam and Eve, they were Adam, as in Adam, you know, or if you want to, you know, or Jay could probably comment on this a lot more than I do because he does etymology, but the original Adam were the giants before the Nephilim and the Requiem or Raphaim. Am I saying that right?
Raphaim. I don't know about that, but I got to cut you off because Poncho Pete cut me off and had to enlighten me. Human is not what we are. We are man. We are man. Human incites that you evolved from an ape. That's what human.
I thought the way that I've learned it is human is simply it's commenting on the all race, the all races. If you were to say man, you would say white man, black man, yellow man, orange man, purple man. But human is containing kind of like the hue of the rainbow. It's all man in one. Just us as man being the little guys that live for so long, immortal, you know, young, tiny, small, you know, not as intelligent as the past. You know, human, as in the hue of our skin, including all hues.
That's what I said to him. Exactly that, actually. And he was like, yeah, like the hue of like a painter uses different hues. I was like, yeah. So I can work with that. But he said, when you put it like that, it's dividing us. And I was
Actually,
like, all right,
you
got me.
It's putting us all together because when you say man, you're separating us, you know? Because you've got woman, then you've got man. Human is man and woman of all color. Because it's all hues, and it's the man and the woman.
And like I said, that's what I went into the thing saying at first. But the way he put it, I wish I could put my words out the way he did. But like he kind of changed my wording on it as well. But I went, like I said, I agree the same way. That's how up until a few days ago would have said the exact same thing, that the human encompasses all of us. That pulls away from nationality, that pulls away from,
and we've got feelings,
that vision. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's how I put it. We forget we're humans, but then I don't know, we're learning that every word doesn't mean what you think it means nowadays.
Yeah, I think man divides us because if you think of all the different, you know, terms with man, you know, human, man of war, you know, man of secrets of man, you know, all these different things are, you know, taking man and separating it from the rest and all of a sudden giving it individual titles. Like, you know, like I was saying, giving a color, white man, black man, orange man. You got a title plus the man of war. Now you've got the title of the man. You've got man of education, man of wisdom, man of secrecy. You've got the kings of man, you know, stuff like that. So to me, I don't know. I'm going to look into that more because I'm actually really curious. I haven't come across that difference right there. I've always seen human as the collective, you know, so, but I am curious. Thanks for bringing that up.
Good point, man. That's a good point because with human, I actually had an aha moment with who, because owls go who, and Minerva is Venus, the owl version. We are the children of Venus. We who man, hence your woe man. Han in Latin is manus. And so your meniscus, which makes a figure 8, the man is the manipulator. We all can do that as one doer. We make the sign. We're always managing ourselves. And Adam in Hebrew means red man. So red is ruled by Mars. Now, depending on what kinds of versions of these red people, there's very many diverse red people. they're giants, they're Nephilim, they're whatever you call them. It's simply an energy from Mars, what man or Adam, in my opinion, is. It's a simple metaphor for the blood of creation, Dionysus and wine. And so there's an expression of this particular orb and what its influence is in terms of our physical creation. They're helping to make our illusions. They're putting the blood through our puppet strings and giving us circulation. So we're circling, like Circe, the moon goddess. Circe means circle and church. So your blood circulation is a part of the determining energies and the angles of your stars. It's important to know your birth chart and to look at your angles. And if they have conflicting angles, not that it's bad or evil. It's interesting.
You made me think of something. You gave me an aha moment. You ever study spiral math?
No, I think I've heard of it though.
Spiral math's basically what Tesla utilized in order to be the genius that he was. It's the secrets of 369 and the secrets of the mental world of 1 2 4 8 7 5 1 2 4 8 7 5 1 2 4 8 7 5. Those numbers, if you create the diagram that you're supposed to, starting with 9 at the top and then 1 going all the way around, 1 2 4 8 7 5, it creates this figure 8, right?
Is that
now,
sorry, Matthew?
Figure 8.
Matthew,
huh?
Is that not vortex-based mathematics?
Vortex. I'm sorry. Spiral, vortex. Spiral is another word for vortex.
Yeah, I looked into that. So that's
all right. Well, now what I'm thinking is, you know how they say as above, so below, as above. You know, everything that we think is actually the opposite and stuff. I was just thinking, we always see infinity, you know, the sideways 8, the infinity sign, as the sign of, you know, eternal life. Eternal, you know, meaning spiritual and all that stuff, right? Well, I was just thinking, in vortex math, that figure 8 that's created is by the material numbers of the material world. 3, 6, and 9 are the numbers of the spiritual world, and they create the triangle. I don't know why that aha moment kind of popped up, but when you said like the figure 8, you know, the thing, the meniscus creates the figure 8 and stuff. I was like, wait, the figure 8, and then we were talking about numbers just a second ago, so it just like all hit me at once. I'm like, is it possible that the sideways infinity sign is actually, and they try to push that on us as like the eternal infinity of the spirit? Is it possible that they're trying to push that on us because they know that it's actually the symbol for the eternal material plane, where you will, you know, reincarnation, and you still have to go through death, over birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, infinity, you know, a constant cycle. Whereas true infinity, you know, like 9, everything boils down to 9, everything, you know, and 3 and 6, same thing. So it's just one of those things. Is it possible? Because you also got the Godhead, right? You got the 1, 2, 3, the triangles, the strongest shape in the entire universe, and you know, natural shape, and you know, just all this different stuff about the 3 head, how big it is, and then the triangle. But then you got the sideways 8. But those in vortex-based math is only based off of the infinity sequence of 1 2 4 1 2 4 8 7 5 1 2 4 8 7 5 1 2 4 8 7 5. You know, and then you got 9, 6, and 3, but it doesn't go like this. It doesn't go 9 6 3 9 6 3. No, it goes 9 9 9 9 9 9 9, and then a different process, 6 6 6 6 6 6 6, and then a different process, 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3. So those are all repeating, all infinite repeating numbers based off of how they're broken down. Whereas the 1 2 4 8 7 5, that's infinite. So I don't know. I think I'm repeating myself over and over and over again because it's really starting to bug my brain. I can't like piece this together. So I need your guys' help. Chime in, anybody.
No, I'll just say this. I mean, to kind of simplify, that's a lot of information. It's intense. Your body, you have what are called quads. You have quadrants. You know, your quad means 4. And I taught this today in my class, why it's important to know your elements, like your octahedron, and why your body's designed for ascension. This is very simple. This is exactly what the body's telling you you're supposed to do when you jump. Okay? Okay, so you have 1 quad on one leg and 1 quad on the other. That's 2 4s. 2 4s give you an 8. So now you are in the point of pushing from those 2 points numerically that are designed to go to an infinite place. So if you have a sagittal plane, which means Sagittarius, Google that, it's a fact. If you're being ruled by a Saturnian vibe, are you able to jump out of this? because the numerology, definitely what you said, the numerology, they choose certain numbers to keep us in reverse or to keep us stuck in a material, money spending way. For sure.
Can you see this?
Oh, cool. Go ahead. Yeah.
This is what Matthew was on about before.
Okay, cool.
And
awesome.
Yeah, figure of 8. As you can see, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, as you can see that right there, you got the figure 8, the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and it will continue and continue and continue as you go. And the way that you do that math is you plus the numbers by themselves. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So now you've got the second number in the process. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now you got the next one. 4 plus 4 is 16. 6 plus 1 equals 7. So now you got the 7, and then you got the 8, and you got the, so it keeps going and going and going and going, and it like will repeat itself constantly. Nonstop. So I'm like, it's bugging my brain right now. Is it possible that because everything's taught to us backwards, so that way we think that we're in a process of truth and we fly towards that, but we're really just we take things for face value, which is what I meant earlier. We take it and we just immediately go for. We're like, oh man, that makes so much sense. That's my answer too now. Well, let's go ahead and rewind, look back at it just a little bit, and keep going. Is it possible that this sideways figure 8 is not the spiritual infinity sign, but the material sign of reincarnation, the constant life and death cycle, kind of like what's it called, Jay? Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
No, Aurora Borealis is the northern lights. I'm talking about Ouroboros. Ouroboros is a snake eating its tail.
Oh.
Ooh. Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so it's bugging me right now because everybody hates that whole triangle. So don't look into that. Everybody hates that triangle sign too much, right? Like it's evil, especially when it's got the eye in it, which everybody says is the all-seeing eye. Unfortunately, guys, I hate to burst your bubble. The all-seeing eye is the Hindu eye in the hand. That's the all-seeing eye. The eye within the pyramid, that's just the eye of Horus. It's really not that special. It's basically saying the truth behind it. Even in esoteric cults, Luciferian, Freemasonry, all that, the eye inside the pyramid is literally all about that thing up there, that big old yellow thing up in our skies. It's pointing out the sun because they worship the sun, and they think that the sun is a deity itself. So the sun looks down upon us all. It's the all-seeing eye. Get right? So I just wanted to point that random little bit out. But anyway, still, like the triangle, they're so focused on that strongest pyramid. So that what did they do? They made it a 3D thing, turned it into a pyramid, and then they were able to utilize that. So
very powerful symbol. My head.
Yeah, and then when you look at the pyramid, all the pyramids and the technology and information that went into them, it was supposedly rituals inside them to help you to go into the eternal spiritual life. Yep. So by using these pyramids or triangles, they're putting you into the spiritual eternal. But with this sideways 8, it's almost like a collar. They're keeping you on a leash, on a collar. Going around the track over and over and over again. They want you to live and die, live and die, live and die. And then that little point in the middle, that little what do they call that? Something block wall. That little block wall right there. That's that astral plane. That's that little point of change right there. So you live, boom, point of change, you die. Boom, point of change, you live, and then you die. So yeah, it's really tripping me out. I hadn't thought about that before, so I'm really glad I joined this today because I would have never put those together.
That sounds like demons coming from the dimension of the feet of Loca. You have me thinking differently because we have a Pirates of the Caribbean where they're talking about dead spirits coming back. They love to talk about dead things. It's a corpse, which means a dead body. I'm going to put some math together. If we've seen this Loca world map, and this demonic serpent energy in the feet. Not that it's all evil, but there has to be a hellish part of the earth where it's only about a sort of destructive and maybe even like reincarnating vibe where it comes back in a material sense. Because if you think about the levels of consciousness, the earth disk in the Hindu map, we're in a specific point, the middle. We're in a specific point of awareness where all of this energy from below, all these Nephilim and the dishonored dead in the Norse map, they all condense and come to a flat point of consciousness, and you get us. You get these beings, you get the solar plexus, we have these terms. Phalanges means military division, Why? Like, why our creation with these Atlas is a god in my bone, Achilles? So, and I have a reptilian brain. Back to that, very important. I have also a cerebellum and a cerebrum, but I have 3 choices and a nervous system. So what's happening here, right? There has to
I'd
be
love for us
something
to
going
go
on.
off of that.
What's that?
I'd love for us to comment on that about the reptilian, thing. I used to follow that back when I believed in aliens, but I stopped as soon as I got into flat Earth. But I see a lot of people are still talk about a reptilian race or reptilian brain or reptilian stuff like. I would love for us to dig deeper on that because I am completely uneducated in that. Totally.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's very complex. I don't believe that we are alone by any means. I don't think that the creator just stopped at the human body. I think that the creator made cavemen and Neanderthal and all those. For what reason? Why different cavemen that were mumbling or whatever they were doing?
That's based off of us believing that we're the first, right? 100% believing that we're the first, so all of a sudden it must just be us because there's only angels, right?
Right.
Well, a lot of us have come across the fact that this is the 7th world cycle. So how do we know that people haven't been, millions of other, races and peoples weren't created before Adam or man?
Yeah, man. You look at how many different kinds of flowers are there. I mean, my God, different color flowers. You could spend thousands of years just looking at why would the creator make all those different versions of insect. There are different kinds of cockroaches. There are different kinds of mountains. There are different kinds of air. Once again, it goes on and on.
Yeah.
Why all this different stuff, right? Earth is like a collage of all. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, and not only are there all these different diversities of things, but they're all created perfectly with Fibonacci, more or less.
Yes.
I mean, something is amazing.
Have you guys ever seen a show called Defiance?
Was it on TV?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. I just started watching it, dude. Everything that we're talking about is literally in that show. I'm not even kidding. It's got Fibonacci sequence where it actually shows pictures of the Fibonacci sequence in a game they all play. There's reptilian species that literally looks like lizards and stuff, and they're super smart, and they call them shapeshifters. There's yeah, dude, it's tripping me out. Like in this show, it's Defiance. Like everything that we talk about, is in there, but within hidden meaning. And some of it is just blatantly like thrown in your face. I just want to throw that out there because I know they like to do that stuff a lot.
It almost looks like the series from back in the day, the V. You actually know that series from the late 80s.
Yeah, the
lizard
people.
with the reptilians and intermingling with humans and everything. Maybe it's interesting to watch that series again, V.
Yes. Yes.
Matthew,
yep. There's a lot of. Go ahead.
Sorry, Matthew. What was the name of that program? Defiance.
Yeah, it's called Defiance. It's on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free. It's not bad. It's basically about 7 races of aliens that came to Earth. And kind of like, and this is what I think. I think this is kind of like one of those shows they put out to show us what life is going to be like after Blue Book, after the fake alien invasion. It's going to be a bunch of demons, stuff like that. Just going to bring hell on Earth, basically. But and that's what it's talking about. Is you won't find God on Earth for so many years. There's going to be a 1,000-year reign of demons and all that stuff on Earth. And so it's kind of like this movie is showing us, because it talks about the 7 races, and of course we all know that there's 7's one of those big numbers. In one of the races, it's like it shows you guys know that movie Prometheus? It has aliens like that, big, huge, massive, purple, giant, things, and it's got the reptilians, aka shapeshifters. It's got Erathians, which are giant, red-headed, multi-layered teeth, 6-fingered. What does that sound like? Nephilim, Raphium. Yeah. It's got a bunch of different stuff like that in it. So I'm like, it's got everything. I mean, some of it's symbolized, but some of it's thrown in your face. I thought it was really cool and curious because it almost looks as if like a future look at what the Earth and life is going to be like after the whole, fake invasion happens, when these entities that still exist, these giants and these Nephilim, these demons, stuff like that, they're going to come, and live on Earth, basically.
But Matthew, if you are into that kind of series, you should watch the series V from the 80s. You also should watch a couple of episodes with Buck Rogers. And they also had 2 episodes with the reptiles that could shapeshift in them. Also very interesting.
Really? Yeah, that's really curious. I haven't told a whole lot of people about
80s.
this.
All from the early 80s.
Oh, watch all the aliens, guys. Watch, listen, watch all the aliens. Check this out. This will help you understand how cute this is. This is how cute it is. Remember Mork and Mindy? Nanu, Mork and Mindy. Just a comedy show. Didn't he come out of an egg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He came out of an egg. Yeah. Remember he was talking to aliens? Remember he had a report to somebody? He had a report to somebody. Yeah. He landed. Yeah, so, okay. Aliens has egg symbolism. Well, who's the egg goddess? Ishtar. It's Easter. It's Esther.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the Galactic Federation, Jay? You ever heard of the Galactic Federation?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, back when I was doing my alien research and I believed I was a star seed, astral child, aka rainbow kid, or indigo child. I started getting into that a lot. Well, this random email came to me one day after I was researching all of that, and it said, "Greetings from the Galactic Federation. Commander Ashtar or Ishtar, Commander Ashtar is here to welcome you to a private community of people and individuals." And it was like this random ass email, and they still send it to me to this day, actually. And they basically say that Commander Ashtar, aka Jesus, came down here, and he's the ruler of like our galaxy. He's the commanding ruler, and there's a whole galactic federation, and he's the protector of Earth, aka Jesus, the one that came down, the savior of Earth. So yeah, I thought it was funny, right? When you said Ishtar, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, Ashtar, Ishtar. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. And like, it just reminded me because I got one of those emails this morning. I popped open my phone. I'm like, God, they won't stop sending me these stupid emails.
Well, this is pretty awesome. This is going to blow all of your minds. I do research. I'm doing my thesis about Venus. These people on faculty are going to hate me. They're going to hate me, and I want them to hate me. It's time for the goddess. I'm so sick of this ignorance. So, Sybil is known to be the builder of towers. Sybil, yeah, the bull. Now, she's known to build the battlements. Battlements, it's a word. The battlement is the top part of a tower used for defense from your enemy. Now, you look at Athena as Venus, she wears armor. This woman is building a fortress to protect you, which is probably related to what Artes is showing with those fortresses, which is Sybil, Venus, the builder. She's the builder. Now, when you see Battlestar Galactica, who built the battle? Who's the battlement? It's Sybil. It's all about her. Okay, Captain Kirk, Jordan Maxwell exposed this one. Kirka in German is church. Kirk, church. So you're flying in your church astrology, like out of this world. All of them are into that stuff. They use science fiction, right? And they give you an alien god and all this stuff, and it's perfect. They have the perfect formula. It's like they're ready to act and perform. My original point, we have to make a performance, I believe, and work together and create something that sets forth a vibration. We've had too many years of bad TV shows that do ritualistic things to our subconscious brain. They've been talking to our reptilian brain for too many years only. Think about that. I believe only they've been communicating with the lower mind. And then they get people to think that they're a sinner or something and that they're bad. And you have to go to some person to touch your forehead and now you're okay. And they spit on you, you're baptized. Well,
that just reminded me, dude. The subliminal stuff you're talking about in that show Defiance that I was telling you.
Astral just yawned and made me yawn. That's funny. Talking about subliminal messaging. He
it
just
is.
yawned.
No,
I saw him and it made me yawn. Yeah. That's funny.
Dude, in that show I was telling you guys about, I actually have a video I took of a subliminal picture coming up. Like, you'll watch the show, and as obvious as the light of day, a really quick picture of a guy in a ski mask pops up. Like a really fast, like flash, and then the movie just continues. It did that like 4 freaking times, and then the show just continued like it was like it never happened. It tripped me out. I took a video and a picture of it and everything. It took me like at least 100 tries to get it So like be able to pause it on the right spot because it's just a millisecond that it flashes by, but you can see it.
What was
Really
the
trippy.
movie?
It's called. It's not a movie. It's a show. It's called Defiance. And in the Sun and Moon group chat, I'll go ahead and put that video in there so that way you guys can see it too. It's really trippy. They're sitting there just talking outside in a scene, right? Circling around each other in like dirt on the ground in between a bunch of old huts, and all of a sudden it just like a split second of a guy just with a ski mask. Just that's it. Just a dude with a ski mask.
Huh.
Yeah. Tripped me out.
What
I
do you
kept
think the
watching. I'm like,
message
what the hell
was?
is that supposed to mean? I'm like, that's some weird subliminal messaging. I'm like, what is it trying to say? Is it trying to tell people to pick up ski masks? Is it? I'm like, what is it?
Drink your own urine, Matthew. You have to drink your urine.
I've seen also a film where they've subliminally flipped something, and I saw it, and I was like, what? Did I see something then? So I've gone backwards. It was porn, man. I can't remember what the film was.
You know what's crazy? Exorcism. The Exorcist. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Astral. Sorry, Astral. Go ahead.
No, I was done. I'm just saying that they've done it. It was a subliminal. Boom. It was porn, and I was like, what the flat? Yeah.
What the flat? What?
Who knows how much subliminal messaging there is in our TVs? I mean, if we were to, let's say, just for example, we were to record a film, right, and play it back at really, really, really slow speed, how much extra shit is on that we don't actually, see, or do you know what I mean? That isn't actually there. It's there, but it's not, if you know what I mean.
I want to find a videographer to do what you're talking about right now, Astral. I want to find a videographer that's able to take a video and not just slow it down, because what they do is I actually have patents for this. I have over 100 patents saved in my phone.
It's like one frame,
government created thing. No, it's not like that. It's called layered videography. And what they do is they put a layer of video over your original video, but in a color spectrum that your eyes can't see. So it would be like ultraviolet, right? But it would be a video playing along your video that your subconscious mind is picking up and fully retaining without your conscious mind realizing it. Wow. I have all the patents. It explains this detail for detail. No joke.
What's it called?
Oh, it's just, I don't know. There's hundreds of different designs for different TVs, different frequencies and stuff.
No, but I mean the name of the actual process or whatever. What did you say?
Oh, just layered videography. It's just they're layering videos on top of videos. Same thing as taking a video with no sound and recording the sound later on and then putting that sound on top of the video. Same freaking process, except you're not putting sound on top of it. You're putting an extra video with no sound that's in a spectrum that you can't see, but that you can mentally pick up and retain. That's subliminal messaging for you, like hardcore. But then, of course, they've got frequencies as well. Frequencies that I believe are fully connected to the solfeggio frequency. Now, people only look into the positives of solfeggio frequency, right? Because that's what it is. You go 374 hertz, I think, something like that. And it's supposed to be like, supposed to help you with, I don't know, I think clarity or something like that if you can't think straight. So if you go to negative 374, then I think that has the exact opposite effect. And that's the kind of stuff that they're throwing up into our TV or in the cell towers at that. I mean, they've proven that and said that to people left and right, that all we have to do is send out a frequency and we're able to control the behavior of certain people and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got hundreds and hundreds of patents of that, as well as weather patents and cure patents. I've got patents that the government has for the cure for cancer. I got patents for cure for Alzheimer's, for diabetes, all that stuff. It is crazy. I mean, you guys can look the stuff up on your own too. It's not like they're hiding it from the public. They just don't tell anybody. Hell, like a decade ago, I remember being in school and the teacher turned the news on for us while we were reading because I guess she wanted to watch the news. One of the things on the news was a Cuban female doctor found the cure for breast cancer. The cure, not the take care of it here and there. The cure for breast cancer, and she said it was effective in days. And then I think I don't remember ever hearing anything after that again. I found her once after searching the deep web, but You really, really got to look for it. But a lady in Cuba, a doctor, actually found a cure for breast cancer. I remember it. And all of a sudden, it just disappeared from the news, you know? So they got all these things. They got the answers. It's just like I was saying before. They have this knowledge. They just choose to use it in a selfish way. Like, the medical industry. They have every cure that you can think of. If a new strain of the most absolute diabolical thing could ever, exist, came up right now, within an hour, they would have the cure. Not a help. They would have the cure. Why? Well, not just because of, artificial intelligence, which is doing, stupid, amazing things when it comes to technology and whatnot for man, but I'm talking about like the actual cure to things. But why would they give that to us? Doctors wouldn't exist anymore. You would have, maybe a handful of doctors per every single state, and then people would just go to them and they would just get the cure and they would never have to go to the doctor for that thing again. Ever. Why would doctors do that? That takes away their money. That takes away, whatever that they're doing. And at that, if they find the cure for everything, then they can no longer use these unfortunate things from us for diseases and stuff like that to study, to be able to progress on, do whatever the hell they are. But mostly they do this kind of stuff for weaponizing things, and the people just don't realize that. We see a quick fix, something that's comfortable, that's not going to take us out of our comfort zone, that may or may not happen. We see a quick fix and we just go for it out of comfort's issue. And then everybody likes to complain about it, like, oh God, this and that and this and that. But it's like, well, if we stopped complaining so much about it and just stopped freaking going to the doctors and just stopped doing vaccinations and stuff like that, they wouldn't have a damn choice. They couldn't say anything, period. I mean, it's happened before in life. People said absolutely no to certain things. Look, do you guys remember Enron? Anybody? Enron? The energy company? Huge, massive energy company back in the day, kind of like Shell today. Yeah, Enron doesn't exist anymore. Why? Because people started seeing what Enron was doing to the African villages. They were destroying and killing everybody just to take the land. So what did the people do? They literally just stopped going to Enron and started going to Shell and other places. Enron does not exist anymore. Key and point right there. Like, just stop doing these things and they won't have a choice but to shut. They can't go door to door and just force these things onto us, because they would have a riot. The reason why the government doesn't want that, because look what happened to the last civil war in America. The people won. The South was the government side. They wanted slavery. They wanted all that stuff to continue. They were making lots of profit and money off of it. But the people stood up, aka the North, and they beat them. Why? Because the people, when they actually stand together, they can make a difference. And the government is scared shitless of that. They're like, if a civil war ever happens again, we're screwed, pretty much. Plain and simple. Like, we're all gonna get lynched. We're all gonna get killed. Like, people are pissed. No civil wars, so we got to control this in a way that pisses off half of the people, but not all of them, because if all of them are pissed off, then we're screwed. So let's get the people to fight against themselves rather than fight against us. And that's what's happening.
Can I just say one thing? Flat Fred and Tine haven't actually said very much. Is there anything you'd like to add to this as they're talking away?
I did some research I just did a little bit of a word study on the word light, since Aaron was talking about Project Lumen yesterday. And I found a real interesting scripture. It's in Isaiah 30:26. It says, "The light of the moon shall be as light as the sun, and the light of the sun be sevenfold as the light of 7 days. In the day that the Lord binds up the breach of his people and heals the stroke of their wound." And I've read the Bible and I never remember seeing that before, that the light of the moon will be as bright as the sun and the sun will be sevenfold.
I remember that. I remember that.
You do?
Tine, I'm curious. Do you believe, you remember in the beginning of the Bible when it says the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, did you not, I'm just curious, not even a personal, this could go out to everybody. Did y'all not automatically take that and just think the sun is the greater light and the moon is the lesser light?
Right.
Right. Well, I personally, in my research, I believe it's the exact opposite. I think the moon is the greater light. Why do I say that? Because the moon is a magnetic ethereal element. and the sun is an electrostatic element, meaning the magnetism of the moon is much greater than the electrostatic of the sun, because the electrostatic of the sun will seek out the magnetism of the moon and it will nullify. Hence, eclipses. Whenever the moon comes close to the sun, it completely nullifies the energy projected from the sun, showing us the inside of the sun. The inside of the sun is actually completely dark and black. It is the point of inertia. So the yellowness and the brightness that we see is actually just the shell of the sun. And there's people that agree with me on that, like Nikola Tesla and Eric Dollard, and people that actually study hardcore electromagnetics and stuff. They agree with the same thing. They say that the sun is completely hollow on the inside. It's all black, dark. Sunspots is like windows into the sun. So like when the moon comes close to the sun, it completely nullifies the sun's energy. That's why you're able to make like that's why you're able to do this, make a circle like this, and the light that gets casted into the ground behind it, it's not a perfect circle. Even though we all know how light works, well, we all think we know how light works, right? Well, light, as we should see, should pass through this entire thing, no matter what the source of light looks like. It should pass through that as one source, and it should project that on the ground, right, with a black circle around it, because that's where my hand is, blocking the light. Well, during an eclipse, if the sun is at a crescent and you do this, you're only going to get a crescent shape, not a full circle on the ground. Why is that? Well, light doesn't work like everybody wishes they think they knew it does. Light does not travel at all. That doesn't even actually make sense. If light did travel, technically, when you turn the lights off in a room, the light would slowly dim itself out, because all the light that's traveling, bouncing off of everything, is looking for the first window or exit. And as it's all exiting, the light would slowly dim out. However fast it would, but no, it doesn't. It's gone and it's done. Well, that's because the energy put out, the electrostatic energy that's put out, that permeates through everything, hits the material like this right here, transfers some of its energy momentarily into this material, causing it to light up. That's what we see. Same thing with the sun. Then the moon will nullify the sun's projected light completely, and you'll see like a crescent shape, and you can recreate that crescent shape by just letting the light pass through a circle in your hand, and you won't get the circle of light. You'll get a crescent shape of light, even though you're not making that with your hand. So that alone tells you that the moon is actually in control of the sun, right? So if you think about it, the greater light to rule the day, right? Well, the moon has the power that when it comes by, it takes all of the energy that's saturating the atmosphere, that's creating heat, and it's nullifying all of that energy. It is stealing the day away. It is canceling daytime, literally. It is now in full and total control of the daytime, because it's basically saying like, hey, I don't care if it's daytime or not. I'm here and it's done. So you've got the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. As odd as I'm making that sound, because yeah, life comes from this, or so we believe. Life comes from the sun, which is not even the truth at that either, because we know of cave divers finding caves miles in the ground that have life with them that had never seen the light of day. So if light creates life, then how did these things get life? So I don't think that's the case at all. I truly believe that after studying the elements, that the moon is actually the greater light and the sun the lesser light. So when you, as you were saying earlier, that the sun should be shining greater than as 7 days, and the moon will shine as bright as the sun, I kind of feel like that's a point in time where the moon takes on a new property, a new instead of just being a magnetic ethereal element. I kind of feel like that's when the moon takes on an electromagnetic property, because the sun increases tenfold, and the moon will increase tenfold as well, because it's now taking that much more energy from the sun. I just wanted to throw that out as you were talking about that time.
Yeah, it's got to be the opposite of everything we've been taught, hasn't it? And anyway, the moon's out at night time, but when I take pictures of it, there's rays on it, like the sun. Can I just say one thing? Lesia wants to go. Lesia?
Hello. Yes. I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye. I'm actually I'm working on a video for my daughter from the gender reveal from yesterday, and she finally has what she needs for me to help create it, and she wants to get it up in soon. So I want to say thank you for having me. And
Thank
I
you
have
for being
enjoyed
here.
this topic. Yes. Oh, a big helicopter just flew over. You heard that?
And what are you, Lesia?
Yeah.
Lisa, what are you? You are
I'm
a
in Louisiana. Oh, me.
no.
Oh, well, I am a dancer, and I am a brand new.
Yeah.
I'm a brand new grandmother to a baby boy that's going to be born in July.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Cool.
happy girl. Yes.
Oh, thank you so
But,
much for joining us. I know you'll be back, and
Oh,
congratulations.
absolutely. Oh, thank you.
You are a
Thank you.
dancer.
Much love. Much love.
I am a dancer. Is he okay? Look, is he choking?
Yeah, he's got a
Who?
horrible cough.
Okay. Whew,
Oh,
okay.
Matthew. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I saw him in. Yeah, okay. Whew, okay.
Matthew.
Wow. You okay? Oh, okay. Thumbs up. Okay, he's okay. All right. Whew,
You
that
have some
scared
water,
me.
man.
Yes, but anyhow, yes. Thanks for having me.
That was the
I love.
problem. Is I just took a drink. It went down the
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All righty. And yes, and I have not been able to participate in chat. But yes, much love to everybody, and I will see you all
Love
soon.
you, Lisa.
Yes,
Much
you,
love
love
back.
you.
Yeah, much
Yes.
love.
And what the flat?
What the flat?
Yes, thank y'all.
You.
Okay,
man.
I'll let y'all.
Bye,
That's
darling.
right. That's
See you
right.
soon.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Peace.
Flat,
Peace.
Flat
Jay.
Fred. Flat Fred. No, you took your microphone off, Flat Fred. Speak.
Yeah, Fred, go ahead. Fred, go ahead. Fred, go ahead.
Sorry, didn't you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Can you hear me now then?
Yeah.
Why are you
Great stuff.
using
No,
a
just
tin
said
can
that.
to talk through? It sounds like that's what you're using.
I am. I've got my phone's not very good at picking up either,
Sorry.
mate.
Damn, Astral. Damn.
Damn.
Nice situation.
Say that again, Flat Fred.
I've got some visual.
Yeah.
I've got some visual. Yeah, might be interesting.
Of
Yeah, a
what?
bit of visual.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk because it's a waste of time because my phone will probably skip out or something. But picture's worth 1,000 words. Hang on a sec, just let me sort this out. Yeah.
What, are you going to try and show us?
Yeah, I am. Sec. Can you hear me still, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a look.
Okay, what's that then?
See.
Yeah.
Well, look at this face then. What's this here?
Piece of wood.
This. Oh, yeah, and it's beautiful. Came from a tree cavern.
Yes, it was real. It is real.
Yeah, right, look.
It looks like oak, is it?
Yeah, that's real. What's this? What's this?
A stone. Piece of tree. Putrefied wood.
Can you see the grain?
In what you're showing us.
Hold it.
Well, that's
Yeah,
crystal.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Yeah, look.
Mineral.
Oh, yeah, but guess what that is?
Wow. Interesting. The citronite color there. I have that color, citron.
They're all minerals.
Wow. Cool.
And they've all got something in them, haven't they? Like little crystals.
Well, sometimes they call it grow lines, the crystals.
Can you see the grain?
Yeah,
Or
just
only
about, yeah.
There's your minerals. But if you look at this, can you see the grain?
It's a little bit blurry, so we can't really see small
You can see the
details.
crystals in that one.
Yeah.
The grain.
So what you're saying is those are the trees.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the
I've got
grains.
another one.
The little grain. Like little silvery things?
I think he's going to tell us that those are pieces of tree.
Yeah, let me have a look. See what
Because that thread is into trees. So they've got to be pieces of tree.
Sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, let me do this. Yeah. And we was talking about the stuff. Yeah, that's organic. That's right. Let me come off.
Breaking up.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Breaking up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Can you hear me all right, Karen?
Yeah, just about. Say what you've got to say.
Hello, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, go on.
I've got a crap signal on that.
Well, you're breaking up a little bit, but it's okay.
How am I now? Yeah, I think so. Well, if you see what I'm sat on a table. The table's made out of wood. You can clearly see the grain. Yeah, you can clearly see the grain of the wood. And then obviously when we look at the samples, you can obviously see a grain of some sort, obviously. But that all ties back to petrified wood, obviously. That's what it is. It's petrified material. Most gold and most minerals are actually the mine, but most of the stuff that's found is some of its place deposits. They get travelled from out of a river, and they travel downstream mainly into estuaries, and then they get washed up, whatever, here, there, and everywhere. But these place deposits are actually minerals, and it's petrified wood. But like I said before, everything in this realm, at one stage or another, was organic. And we worship gold for one simple reason, because it's the heart of the tree. It's the fluid that runs inside a tree. And these mines that they've got all over the plain are all basically old tree places where trees used to, big giant trees used to be habited. You know, that's where they used to. This place has changed so much. I mean, from my way of thinking, that's like I say, I don't know much anyway. I don't know nothing really, but from what I look at and the way that I look at the realm, it gets manipulated, and it gets manipulated through greed. That's the main manipulator, and because it's greed, how can you satisfy the urge for somebody to need greed, to desire greed? So that the easiest way for that is to form some sort of material that's got enough power. Like I say, we know in this realm, everything's a frequency and everything resonates. We're all here trying to find answers, but the way that I feel, and the way that my journey is taking me, gold is responsible for a lot of it. When you look through history, gold is always prevalent in every society, even down to Inca, Egypt. It's all about gold mainly. And let's look at how we.
I can't hear you, man.
Can't you, man? Can you hear me all right?
I turned him up, but he's just a little bit fading out there, Fred. got to the fact that
Yeah, I
basically
don't know.
everything was alive once, even if it's
Yeah,
petrified.
right. Hang on, just let me see if I can do something here. Hang on.
What's he doing?
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Flat world, it's a
Hold
flat
on.
world. Yeah, hey, flat world, flat feet,
And all the
flatness.
lies.
You got flat chested, flat
There you go.
feet, flat
Sing it, Jay.
feet, flatness.
It's a little bit of flatness.
Come on now, flatness. Yay.
Artists is
What they
coming,
gonna do?
aren't they?
What they gonna do?
I'm gonna have to make a little bit. I'm gonna have to make a flat earth song for you guys.
Someone's got
Yes.
a little bit of an echo now.
Ghost spell. The goat spell. Spell of the Capricorn, man. Yeah.
Hey,
We're
I'm just
speaking
looking at
astrology.
something here. Sorry, Jay.
You're fine, man. Go ahead.
I'm just looking at something here, and it's a moon blindness. Moon blindness. What the flat? It's called nyctalopia.
Moon blindness?
Moon blindness. Yeah.
Wait. So I'm curious because I moon gaze. And you can do it in yoga. You stare at it for 10 minutes. I did it when it was a super moon. And what do they say about moon blindness? Because my eyes are fine. I stare at the moon. It's very good to do without blinking.
A periodic inflammation of the eyes of a horse, usually ending in blindness.
Someone's doing
Oof, cool.
feedback here.
Someone's what?
There's a bit of an echo. Who's echoing?
No,
Not
but
me, I don't
anyway,
think.
that's just strange that there's a thing called moon blindness.
A little bit of echo. Can you sing the Phil Collins
Oh,
song now?
that was it.
Can you come it feeling in the air?
I don't know, Bone.
Night.
Oh, he's singing.
Can you feel
Okay.
it coming?
Maybe that's gone now.
Night.
Maybe it was me. Sorry, Flat Fred. Do you want to finish just what you're saying?
Still an echo.
Is he there?
Flat
Hey,
Fred.
brother. Come on back now.
Fred, come back.
Flat Fred. Flat. Ba-boom, bat.
Fred, go ahead.
Mic check 1, 2. Hey, Flat. Oh, yeah, it's that.
Fred.
Flat Fred. What's that?
Wow. It looks like a phone call from a very old fax machine.
I feel like we're trying to figure this out.
Out.
I feel like we're all a bit confused right now, and maybe we need some filler.
Filler.
Do we have any fatty acids?
Yes.
Amino? Are you an amino person? Are you mean? Okay. That's filler.
We're not
Oh,
mean.
we lost him.
We're flat.
Do you have a royal cornstarch? That was corny. Arches, royal, it's corny. But it's your cornea. Don't get mad because REM was rapid eye movement. Yeah. If you believe they put a man on the moon, he was saying some shit, man. If you believe.
He's back.
It was
I
by
think he's back.
REM, I believe, huh?
Yeah, rapid eye, baby. Yes.
Fred.
Can you hear me?
Fred.
Fred.
Can you hear me?
Matthew is in the zone, by the way.
In the zone. In the house.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let Fred go.
Go ahead.
I've got terrible problems this end.
Come on,
Well-
Nessa, stop screwing with the bandwidth.
It's the same thing. He starts talking and then he blanks out. Astral's had this for days and it's
Yeah.
really been annoying him. So what's going on? And I just noticed it where I was working today that the signal was going up and down and up and down. So it's not me. These people aren't even to Flat Earth, right? So it's happening to everyone.
Well, your signal has to be flat. Then it's going great.
We have to ask Matthew, what are you listening to?
Artez, you're killing me, man.
I'm just jamming away while listening to you guys.
Well, I thought you were dying just a minute ago.
He's doing electromagnetic jamming in his brain.
Go on, share it, Matthew. Share it. Matthew.
He's in the zone.
Play that funky music while
Okay, guys, go ahead. That was fun.
Yay, thank you, guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what sitar means? Sitar means star. So when you're playing your guitar, you're playing in your spine, your stars. Oh yeah, man.
We want more. We want more.
Hey, think of it like this. Think of it like this, yo. The spine right here, the mouth where all the vibration and noise comes out of. These are the vocal cords, and each and every single one of these frets are the different points and the different octaves and different frequencies in which we can hit. We just need to find the right combination in order to make the beautiful music that we can.
Yes, and we have to watch out for our falsetto. Falsetto. Whoa. So when you sing at certain tones, right? There's certain levels to this shit, yeah? Music is powerful. Very much so. Very true. What is our topic? I forget. Is Flat Freddo, does he want to go again? Is he there?
Flat Fred, do you want to try again? So annoying.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Terrible, isn't it?
So bad. He had something to say. I actually made some connections to what he had. Like, reminded me of kidney stones. Like those interesting kidney stones look very interesting. Like I've seen them, and sometimes men can brag about them. But yeah, it literally comes out of your body, you know, and it looks like this solidified stones, and they're all spiraled and rolled up. Mm-hmm. All your minerals, all the stuff that you eat, all the stuff, even the bad stuff, it becomes something. Like, interesting. If anyone wants to dance on that, minerals. And Matthew's singing still. He's actually in the zone. He's actually in his own coffee house, and he hasn't invited me, and I'm jealous. He had his beard shining in the sun. I'm seeing him. I thought he was sick. Not sick. Music. Yeah. He's music. That was a joke. That's going to be here all week. Thank you. Who else is dancing on the panel?
I thought he was dying.
Who is?
He looked like he was like choking. A minute ago, Matthew looked like he was choking to death. So I'm glad that
Now
you
he's
can see.
making, yes, he's making love to his face. It's awesome. Look at it. It's like you see him squinting. He's showing emotion, which is a sacred feminine thing. The right brain. When you show passion in your face, you squint your eyes. That's the goddess. Yeah, it's a good thing. We need more of that. Don't you think so, Karen?
Yeah, it's not necessarily so easy, is it, to play live and stuff like that? Everybody thinks it is, but it's not so easy just to sort of put yourself out and play. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd get everything wrong.
Oh, I love it. I love delivering poems, and I love showing people that you can put, like, you know, dancing with rapping. I did it today, and I showed them how you can rap while moving your fingers. And then I get them to basically do a rhyme. What's funny about it, they all listen to hip hop and trap music. They all listen to their pop stars, right? So when I ask them, hey, do you know how to actually rhyme like Joe, blow, flow? They look at me like I'm crazy. But then when I get them to go in groups and make a damn dance out of a rhyme with their name, they find all kinds of cool shit. You know, they're like, Amy's never rainy, she's kind of brainy, while they're moving. So that's an important thing, to get people to perform. Once again, it's what rituals are. This is why we're in the hell that we're in the dark side of things, the dark arts. There's something called the dark arts. Yep. Death metal. Death metal. That's all I got to say. I'm not hating on the talent, all that stuff. There's an energy there, right? So if it's on the other side and we're doing it with a different vibration, it affects us very much so. So yeah, it's important.
I saw you make your little video with that little girl again, Jay. The little girl.
Kiriana. Yes. With Down syndrome. Yeah, she's relating to the elements, and I'm learning from her. She's amazing. So she's already memorized earth, water, air, fire, and ether. And basically, whenever I
better than last time. She looks like she's got it much better than last time.
Yeah, I'm showing the progression. You know, I'm showing the fact that this is an individual. This isn't someone, you know, just known for one thing. This is an individual that thinks uniquely. And every time I show her, there'll be something new. Like, for example, now she's walking with her opposite hand and foot. She's trying to figure it out. So I get her to say earth, cube. And when she thinks of certain things, she'll pat her leg. She's very smart. She'll tap her good leg to know it's the one to go forward. That's brilliant. I didn't tell her to do that. She's thinking on her feet. So when you get individuals, no matter what their issues in life are, if they have issues, whatever you call these things, they're unique people that simply need to be in a studio with someone that allows them to think differently. And the elements do that, like, totally. Technique is over, man. The Zumba phase, nothing personal against Zumba, but like just these random dance techniques and these jambalayas, these mixes. We have to have dances that I think provide information for people to feel good about themselves, you know? Especially with poetry.
Sometimes that's the whole point.
Like speaking.
Children.
Very important.
Forget they're little individuals from the beginning, and everybody just treats them as a herd. That's what happens in schools usually. They're just a herd of people, aren't they?
Or they're a copy of their parents.
Everyone's individual, and that's what gets forgotten in schools.
Yeah, they get lost in the fold, and then they become a shadow of their families, and they're unique. You know, children don't understand what a pirouette really is. They don't know what to turn on one foot up in the air and to win a trophy. You know, to be 8 years old and to twerk your bum and to be, you know, doing things that are just adult. Like, that's a lot of intense energy. Like, we have a lot of work to do. You know, like, it's not enough just to say, well, I have a dance studio. It's be careful with like the things that we're doing with our children and the food we're giving them too. Yeah. It's like, it's very important for them because they don't have a choice. We're the ones giving them the information as adults, right? So it's good to get informed about good information, especially when it comes to movement. Movement has the word Om in it. When you say movement, you've already chanted. You've already opened a portal. You've already started a Fibonacci. Moo, I did it again. It's very simple. Those are very important things to know. So when you get with somebody else who's in your movement, you're now flowing together and you're connected. And this is what corporations do very well. Demons work well together. Simple. Demons demonstrate. Do you want a demo tape of my work? A demo. They want you to prove yourself. Demolition. Yeah, they work well together. They get it done. It takes a lot to be a wrecking ball, which is a goddess symbol, by the way. She swings the balls or the bulls. Yeah, feminine symbols are important. Empowering our females. Tine, you want to say something?
Yeah, I do. You were saying that, we need to teach our children, and yet it goes the other way too, that our children have so much to teach us. I remember when my grandson was 5 and my daughter commented, "You get along so well with Rambler." And I said, well, I just remember what it was like to be 5, and I put myself in the world of a 5-year-old, and I relate to him that way. And I let him be 5, and I join him in being 5. And so then we had a great time. And I think if we remember to learn from the kids too, that will go a long way.
Yes. Yeah, the children are our chi. In Tai Chi, it's a very spiritual energy. And when we hold the ball in Tai Chi, I teach this in my dance classes. That circle of life is a child. It's all the energies that it takes to make life. It's your life force. And they're literally physically manipulating it. You better believe the Asians know what they're doing. They're the color of the sun. They're not stupid. You know what I mean? I mean, they're doing things, right, with the movement. Yeah, so if we move like children, if we get back to what you just said perfectly, like that will relieve a lot of stress. A lot of people don't have time in a corporate world to play. Simply play a game. Go outside and tag. You're it. Run. Don't even think about it. Like, I actually bring family members in to watch their children in my ballet classes, and I have a game called Tag. And it makes a lot of sense. It's very simple. I get them to share the power, so there's no ego shit, right? So basically, the person running will tag the person. The person who gets tagged becomes the teacher of the class. So everyone has to stop running and work with that person. And then that person becomes it and runs and tags another individual. And then that person's the teacher, and we all have to follow you. Sometimes they tag me, and I have to get off ass and then play the game with them because they're geniuses. And they involve me in their work. That's how you know you're a good teacher, when they want to be around you, when they hug you after your classes.
You're fun, Jay.
You know what I mean?
That's why.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean, it keeps me sane. It does, because adults, nothing personal. I'm an adult. I have a lot of years, man. Wow, what a role. You know, not criticizing at all, like, but you know, it's bad. The monkey brain thing has done its damage. That monkey brain thing, that Donkey Kong shit. Yeah, it's that gorilla on the Empire State Building, the Mount Meru symbol. But that gorilla, what's that gorilla really doing? Anyways, that was an aha moment. But
yeah, I think everybody wants to feel like an individual, don't they, at school? And that's usually what doesn't happen. You're just in a class of 30 and you're one of 30 or whatever it is. And really everybody wants, to be remembered, like the teacher looks and sort of says your name. Looks at you.
Yeah, get to change the structure. You know, I also have what's called sharing the power. So I'm a 41-year-old dancer. I've danced all over the world. Wow, wow, boo, 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 boo. So this is what I do when I'm teaching 8-year-olds. I said, listen, I call this sharing the power. And I point to my muscles, they point to their muscles, so now we're equal. Boom, we're good. I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to watch Mr. J. I want you to do it the best you can in your own head. And I want you to stand where I'm standing. And I want you to teach us, and I will stand in your place. That's what I do in my class for my children. Because you have to get their trust. Children are geniuses. And the way to get their trust is to work with them, not like down to them. Raw. No, so I do that. And I shit you not, pardon my language. I kid you not. I kid, haha, children. When they do it, they're very nervous. Like, like, okay. And then I see them slowly start to breathe and they don't need my help anymore. And they start to remember what it was. And that's the whole point. That's what a dancer needs. That's it. And if they choose to be professional, okay. But they don't have to. They just stood in front of strangers and did it. And that's what matters, that they damn showed up, like, we need more credit for the little things. Sorry, go ahead, Tine.
No, that's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
And I have, well, I'm going to say goodnight, and I loved being on the panel. Thanks, Karen, for inviting me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, my
to be able to
darling.
meet somebody new.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
And hopefully see you
Love you
again
all.
soon, Tine.
All right.
Much love.
Not Tine, it's Tine.
Spirit finger.
All
Well,
right.
good night.
We love you. We love you.
Mwah.
Remember that
Love
joke?
you.
Stand back.
Matthew, you're crazy. Matthew's in the zone, yo.
Thanks a lot, Tine.
Till next
We've
time.
been going. Oh, sorry, darling. What did you say?
I just said till next time. We'll see you then.
Yeah. 10:10. So we do it again.
Yes, ma'am.
Just want to do it again. Just wanna do it again.
We have been going for 3 hours now, guys. 3 hours is quite a nice time for a hangout, but as Matthew's been going for it, I think he needs to play a bit more to us.
Yeah, play the music.
Yes. Let's have some more guitars.
All right. I'm trying to think if there's a good song here. I'm gonna see if I can sing this song, but I don't want to like blow everybody's eardrums out, so I'm gonna put my phone a little bit further away.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna play a little bit and let me know if you guys can hear it or not. You're good.
Cool.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I haven't finished this song off yet. I've only gotten a few lyrics into it, but it's one of my favorite ones so far. Over the mountains and through the shadow sea, I hear the wind's voices crying out to me. The ringing in ear is all that I can hear. Up comes sunlight, it drowns out all the fear. It drowns out all the fear. Going through the forest, touching fields of gold. The sickness in this world, it threatens my soul. The silver linings with inside, next step is to take flight. 7 tall mountain high, here's where we collide with life. Here's where we collide with life. Going through the forest, touching fields of gold. The sickness in this world, it threatens my soul. The silver linings with insight, next step is to take flight. Standing tall on a mountain high, here's where we collide with life. Here's where we collide with life. I want to finish that one off so bad. That's like one of my favorite ones right now.
That's good, man. Very good.
And he's got a cold, so he did very
Let
well.
me feel that in my heart, man.
Write down the chord sequence, and I'll jam along sometime.
You know,
Put it in the back chat.
as odd as it sounds, whenever I'm like sick or I have a cold, it almost seems like I get a whole new voice to sing with. You know, sometimes if I've like got it really bad in the throat, I'll try to sing some blues and some jazz and stuff like that. You know, the skies are blue, red roses too.
Louie.
Matthew.
Louis Armstrong.
You gotta turn everything that you can into something positive. You know, just because you're sick and you think your voice is all messed up and raspy, you're gotta find the beauty within it.
Midnight Gardener says you should ask him to play on here, Karen. And there's lots of claps going on in the chat room, Matthew.
Thanks. Oh, hey, actually, I just remembered. I've got a different one. Maybe you guys will like the lyrics to this one. See if I can remember how to play it. Let me take the capo off. It's been a little bit, so no judges. All right. Walking down the street, looking at you, looking at me. What do you see? Do you see me looking at you, or do you see me looking straight through? Walking through the door, open, you'll greet me, just so you will see. Don't worry about the future, baby, cause I'm making history. Changing the world one step at a time can be exhausting. I wanna try to supply the whole world with a bunch of glory. Some say I do, some say I will. I'll bid you adieu and say, oh well. Going in the night, evil takes flight. Comes a war, there's gonna be a fight. Nothing but pain, misery and pain. Nothing to get but monetary gain. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Walk through the door, hoping you'll greet me, just so you will see. Don't worry about the future, baby, cause I'm making history. Changing the world one step at a time can be exhausting. I wanna try to supply the whole world with a bunch of glory.
Yay! Wish I could play like that.
My voice is starting to go.
You're making me feel ultra creative right now. You're making me want to spit bars, man.
Oh yeah, I can do that too. One of my favorites, way back in high school, my most favorite one was
Hold on now, may I spit some bars?
Oh yeah, go for it, go for it.
Thank you. So once again, much love to all of y'all. Here it goes.
Yeah, we have to end with you talking, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh no, not like that. I'm just saying I was gonna spit a bar.
Oh yeah, do that one that you did before with the rap thing on the Santos bit.
I got something else. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here it goes. The pi number is 22 divided by 7. 22 bones in your skull. Head equals heaven. Heaved up, reg is raw, bring light to reverend. Marks of yeast, poison the house of our brethren. Bethlehem hemisphere, solar perplex from 1 to 10. 22 and 33, 55 must blend. 1 and 0, spine and skull never pretend. Convicted porn stars, con still 8, the self is zen. Unmeans Lord, catch some Z's with your pen. Zorro, lightning bolt, Kabbalah must ascend. Tree of life, Kulipotheth on the other end. Watch those video vixens. Lilith loves to make them bend. Ina na Ilna na Foxy Brown loves to send. Venus power, the flower, sour flies trap you in a trend. The morning star made Lucy go too far. Strike a match made in heaven. Dark lights love to scar. Colossians 1:26 and 27. Christ is within, not just in heaven. Catholic is universal, university has its duke. 1927 murderous God slay with Luke. Celtic God lose slingshots while you rebuke. You numb from my sanctum, leaving one holy to puke. Bohemian Vivaldi playing harp for seasons mute. Gadget means God, but when saying Om, they can't compute. We going in circles, square biz makes pyramids acute. Palace, Athena, arena, shakes her spear when you intrude. Nicknames, love bacon, famous writers exposed and nude. Goat cheese is Satan's money, Saturnian magnetic dude. Inferno, putting black boxes around your food. Mortarboard graduate, crown shock, blocked rude, shape of the flat top, Moloch cubicle, satanic mood, 16 bars of 7 rays of lights interlude, my pH balance puts them in a trap to ease the crude so that no mister can be misconstrued.
Blimey.
Thank you.
You remember all that? Yeah.
I'm not playing
beatboxing to the whole thing. I threw a beat on it, I was beatboxing the whole thing, it sounded so sick.
We could see that.
That's for
I see that-
y'all. I love you all. I really love you all. No, I really do. I love this platform, the chat room. Seriously, the music. We work well together. Just
We are
awesome.
family. That's all I'm going to sing. I see that Flat Earth Unity come back, but we're just about to finish the hangout. But don't go Flat Earth Unity. We always say goodbye off air, those that are left. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room and especially everybody on the panel. There was 10, 11 of us coming in and out today, so that was really good. Yeah, to everybody that's been on the panel, everybody that's going to watch, thank you so much. We'll be back. So bye-bye from us.
Much love.
Much love. Bye-bye.
Oh, actually, Jay needs to finish it. Go on, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, counting? Okay. 1, 2, 3. We are
dancers.
Okay, thanks, everybody. See you really soon. Bye.